Through the hatred and violence that they keep
Emergency broadcast system.
and everything is gonna be okay. There was me, that is Alex, and my three Jews, that is Pete, Georgie, and Tim. We sat in the Clover Notebook trying to make up our razoo dogs what to do with the evening.
Motherfucking Orthodox guy, motherfucking Doc guy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hey, what happens when you bring 9 soldiers from Brooklyn together?
If we don't stick together, we're not gonna get anything done.
Can you dig it? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, I do technically have a sundial. Okay, I was sunbathing before the show. I had to get prepared. I wasn't meaning to take that long. Plus, I got overheated and had to grab some water. So
I
how
got
are
the
you
church
guys?
lady hat on today.
I seen it. We are waiting on Miss Cynthia. Is sunbathing? Yo, did I misspell that? Ah, yeah, I did. It's SUN bathing. So true. So true.
Hey,
Although
That sounds creepy.
You better.
it's not my fault. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Autocorrect's like, let's make this motherfucker sound, we're doing church service. So let me rephrase that. We making this mofo sound gay. All right, today.
We.
PP.
I messaged my French homie about seeing if we can get that clutch unstuck today, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm just sunbathing." I'm like, "Ah, me too." I'm like, "I don't like you. You've started this terrible thing," and it's actually like cold showers, sunbathing, and exercise, and like not smoking are like the greatest feeling in the world. Like you don't realize how good you feel.
Pay your electric bill, you wouldn't have to take a cold shower.
Well, I obviously have power. I obviously have power, old man. Like I've already dealt with one snippy old man. I finally made peace with Be Brave. I'm allowed in the chat again.
Oh Lord. Till the next time.
Well, I pick on him because I pick on all of y'all, right? I call you old man, and I'm like that's one thing I want to talk about. Even if you don't like somebody like Be Brave, me, I try to respect all my elders. And I try to care about all somewhat decent people. Be Brave has a lot of bad things about him, but he's not a bad person. And he'll give the shirt off your back. He's just got ideas people don't like.
Right.
And I have ideas people don't like.
Do you know what state he's in?
Even if I did, I wouldn't say it.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't. Like for instance, like the only reason I even go over there is I check on him because he is an older guy, and I do worry about him. So and he always gets angry, so I don't call or text him even though I have his number because like I feel like that'd be a step too far. So I'll go harass him in chat, make sure he's okay and well.
Oh, he unblocked you?
He never blocked me. That's what I didn't get. He's like I just don't like you anymore. I'm like, well, that's acceptable. You don't have to like me, but. That's one of the things too. People need to learn to be diplomatic and deal with people that don't like them. My water bottle.
Oh, okay.
My hat is too big for my little head.
I see your old going to the Kentucky Derby.
You're gonna go bet on
with
the
that
horses
hat.
and praise Jesus.
Yeah, you after church services, you go to the Derby and drink. Yay!
See, if you're Orthodox, you can drink while at church.
Whoa.
Well, technically, don't the
As long as you
wine.
don't get as long as you don't get drunk and ignorant.
When you drink the wine, right? That's like
Yes.
somebody yesterday was saying that alcohol is evil. I'm like, well,
not.
Jesus made wine,
Well,
so
it's not even the alcohol itself that is.
no, the alcohol is
It's
just an
the
inanimate object.
drunkenness.
It's the person
Yeah,
behind
that's
Drunk.
what I'm saying. It's the drunkenness that's the sin.
Yes, sir. The
It's
overindulgence.
it's the overindulgence.
Mhm. Once again referring back to a person being
How about a history lesson? Do we know why it's called moonshine?
If it's gonna be racist, let's not do it, Chuck.
No, sir. No,
no,
sir.
because it was ran by the moonlight.
They made it at night. Yeah.
Mhm.
So they couldn't be found.
Yeah, my kin up there in Kentucky. Yeah, back in the
Kentucky.
day.
Blue moon, keep on shining.
Most miners were shiners. I'll just say that.
I'm gonna try to wait on Miss Cynthia for about 10-15 minutes because I know she said she got out of church at 12:30. I sent her the link. If somebody has a way to contact her to see if she's still coming, that would be awesome. Let me make sure I dropped her the link.
Did you watch that AI Job story I sent you?
I did not. I'm sorry. Did you DM it to me?
In Discord? Yeah.
Was it last week?
It was this morning.
I thought.
Okay, I seen it. The entire story of Job. If you had, I seen it, but I was sunbathing and like trying to see about the car. I was doing a lot, so I kind of like, as I was sunbathing, I started talking to Brave and been trying to make peace.
I would have thought Miss Beth
if you're able to
would have been
show
here.
it during all this.
After we get through with our reading, we can watch it. Okay, give you 20 minutes. Okay, Miss Cynthia. Well, we can watch it. We can watch it.
No,
Give Miss
that
Cynthia
would
20 minutes.
yeah, because it's not very long.
Did you see the catastrophe last night or this morning?
Which one?
On Brother Flo's channel.
I went to bed early.
I did not.
Oh, it got ugly.
Yes, I heard
Miss
about
Beth and Mr. Flo.
Ooh. I did not. Let's keep that for another
Yes,
stream.
Sir. Yes, sir, brother.
But this is the entire story of Job if he had an iPhone.
Morning. Name's Job. Landowner, father of 10, and apparently Satan's next target. So that's fun. Just fed the camels. Closed a deal on 700 sheep. God is good. Business is booming. Kids are thriving. Whew, what could possibly go wrong? Anyway, might vlog later. Stay blessed. Okay. So, not.
and that's when he knew
I'm rolling.
Dramatic, but I think I just got soft launched into the apocalypse. Raiders pulled up, took all my oxen, servants gone. Then I swear I'm not hallucinating. Fire from the sky on my sheep, bro. Day 3 of the world's worst skincare routine. Hot tip: scratching with broken pottery. 0 stars. Would not recommend. Good news. Boyle's still here. Bad news, so is my wife.
Are you seriously recording right now?
It's called trauma vlogging. It's coping. They've been sitting here for 7 days. No talking. No food. Just holy judgment energy. May the day I was born be erased. Delete my birthday from the calendar. Why did I leave the womb just to suffer like this? Lost everything. My offspring, home, and half my skin. But apparently, I just need to pray harder. So let me get this straight. I help the poor. I pray. I keep it clean. You watch me get destroyed and say nothing. So Elihu just walked in. Says this pain isn't punishment. It's purpose. Character arc unlocked, I guess. So you bless the wicked, crush the innocent, and now I'm supposed to learn a lesson. You still listening? Because I've got questions.
Do you still want to argue with the Almighty? You are God's critic, but do you have the answers?
I am nothing. How could I ever find the answers? I will cover my mouth with my hand. I have said too much already. I have nothing more to say.
Brace yourself like a man. I will question you, and you shall answer me.
He's speaking, not answering, just asking questions I can't survive.
Are you as strong as God? Can you thunder with a voice like his?
I'd only heard of you before, but now I've seen you. I take back everything I said. I repent in dust and ash.
You three spoke wrongly about me. Job didn't. Bring offerings. He'll pray for you, and I'll accept it.
So God pulled up, rebuked my 3 little comforters, told them they got it completely wrong, then asked me to pray for them. And I did, because I'm built different. So, God gave me double everything I lost. Herds, land, money, even gave me 10 new kids. Same wife, though. Still love her. Just clarifying, respectfully. So to summarize, I lost everything, then got yelled at by a tornado, then got double everything back. God is good, even when life isn't. If you've made it this far, you've seen the boils, the breakdowns, the betrayal, the fire, the storm, the theological trauma, and the wife who still thinks I should have cursed God and died. Congrats, fam. You are now emotionally invested in my life. So hit that scroll button, smash that ram's horn, sacrifice a like, and follow for more biblical plot twists.
I'm actually going to subscribe to that because that was like amazing. Like it was good in a weird way. That
I
was good in a
subscribed
weird
too.
way.
I was like, not bad, not bad.
D3, you don't have to pay anything for the deets. If you want to be entertained, we can talk about it. I'm sure we can I'm sure that we can look at it from a Christian lens and make it church related. I don't want to gossip and be sinful about it, but we can talk about how the situation could have been handled better. And you don't have to pay anything. This is the church sermon stream. Donations are welcome, but we're not going to grift. So if you want to be entertained or you want to ask questions about the Bible or talk about certain topics, we can. Nobody has to pay anything. But if you want to know, Chuck, go ahead and give us the details.
And by no means, I was just throwing some filler for time, waiting on Miss Cynthia. I didn't mean to derail by any stretch.
Yeah, we're not derailing. We're waiting on Miss Cynthia. I'm pretty sure that we can discuss it in a Christian manner. And if we can't, I'll grab the reins on the horse and stop it from going off the cliff.
I think Beth is going to try to come. I'll message her and let her know that.
Yeah.
It would be awesome if Miss Beth could come and say, but did her and Flo get in a
good at
fight about
reading,
something?
I think it was more of a misunderstanding, but he was relentless. He was pounding her hard, trying to prove a point. And after a while, it was giving me a headache. I was like, all right, well, we don't really need to get off in the dirt and the weeds and the mud like this with each other. I'm going to prove a point. Okay. And then then Jess came over there and she had sent a couple of people over to the channel, so it kind of got it back more centered, for lack of a better word. Got the browbeating put aside. And it was an argument over the way an interaction that Beth had with Lindsay.
Oh.
Yeah, and it was she described it one way, and he saw it another way, and I don't know if it was to the point that I want to be right, or I'm just calling you out for your characterization. It went on for a while. I know that, and I was trying to think of any which way I could to try to bring everything back to earth. But after a while, I figured out I just best to keep my mouth shut. All I was doing was making it worse.
Well, I'm skimming through Flow Stream. I don't see anything about it, but based on what you're saying, and what Chad
There'll
is
be
saying,
a
Looking at least
clip.
4 hours in, probably.
It'll be a clip of when he's playing another show who shall remain nameless. That
welcome to
this
Bible study, Josh.
that this quote unquote happened on, where the transgression took place. I had never seen it before myself, so I was a little caught off
And we'll
guard.
just say that a certain somebody else is involved right in the stick of it.
Well,
So
I see Landry's up there.
somebody else. Somebody
Oh,
that's
you
involved
watched
in
it
this
already,
issue.
Tootie?
I watched a little bit, and I talked to Beth this morning,
Uh-huh.
and I was watching mostly the
Well, is
end
she
of
all
it.
right? She good?
No,
Well,
I
see, you
didn't think
gotta
so.
you
but
gotta
I'm not going to totally
understand.
speak for her, but in my
I
opinion,
know.
no.
So from my write off, hearing about it, right? And from my guess, because I can't find it and I can't watch it, so I can't be purely objective. From what I'm hearing from y'all, this is clearly from a Christian lens. Beth inserted herself into the stuff with Dusty and Lindsay, trying to be objective and reasonable. That's not what happened?
No. And Beth has actually got the clips and sent them to Dusty about what exactly was said. I would rather let her say exactly what it was, because I may misquote or anything. And hopefully she'll be here soon, but she's been kind of dealing with some stuff this morning. Waiting for her
Well,
medicine to kick in for her pain. But yeah,
this is why I don't cover drama that has nothing to do with me, and I don't fight other people's battles, because this goes in line with gossiping, right? These are the problems that the Bible talk about when it comes to gossiping and women talking amongst each other and men participating in that as well. And I'm not trying to talk shit on ladies.
I was trying to speak from a friend perspective because I'm friends with both of them. You know,
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that kind of what church fellowship is about? Like the little old ladies get to sit in the back and gossip about shit. I didn't realize.
No, absolutely not. Gossip is actually
you're going to the wrong church, Josh.
Yeah, gossip is actually a sin.
Yes.
Like, gossip is something that you're not supposed to do.
The other lesson.
Wait. What fellowship is about is, if there's problems in the community, we can come forth and let each side talk their perspective without interruption, without trying to correct one another, and then we as a community can come together and figure out a solution. And whoever does not abide by that solution is the person in the wrong.
Now, see, that attitude would have been perfect over there last night to try to.
Well, it's Flo's channel. He can do what he wants. Plus, he's gonna, and I'm not taking up for Flo, because if he's wrong, he's wrong. But I can't say he's wrong because I haven't watched it. I haven't seen anything. I can't say if Beth is wrong. But from what I've seen about how Lindsay acts, Lindsay will literally, if somebody will give Lindsay a ear to talk to, she will talk that motherfucker off. She will lie and she will obfuscate.
So are we going to get together and have? Are we going to get?
Lindsay has caused Flo a lot of problems. Has lied about Flo. has doxed Flo's phone number and done a lot of other
Or
bullshit.
she also doxed Cynthia's, I think.
Wait, Flo's phone number got doxed? Hell, I got his phone number or somewhere. Yeah, like I didn't think that was a big secret.
Remember when I was talking to Lindsay and I was letting people say their piece. Flo never come at me for that, right?
Correct.
Because he's not that type of person. He's not going to come at you for letting somebody say their piece. But if you've done something that directly impacts him, then he'll come at you. That's the type of person he is. But Lindsay, when she was giving that quote unquote proof, she sent people a spreadsheet, not even with pictures of the text messages, just her typing in what the text message supposedly said with quote unquote timestamps that had Flo's phone number in there. And when people showed the quote unquote receipts, it doxed Flo's phone number.
Damn. Okay. That's some shit.
And she emailed me that same thing that she sent Tarek and other people.
I have said evidence myself.
Well, then shit. Maybe the phone number I got's probably no, because if he's smart, he'll fucking change his damn number. But still, that's a pain.
No, he didn't. No reason to. But she's also the one that gave Tarek Miss Cynthia's phone number.
Jesus Christ. What the hell is with people, right?
I don't know.
I mean, I can understand giving emails out, right? Because at the end of the day, you can control email. Like, you can control when you read the email. Phone numbers, you can't really control when that bastard rings. That's why my shit stays on vibrate. And I'm just begging when y'all call me. Please call me, baby.
If you've ever called me, if anybody's ever called me and I don't recognize your number, hate to tell you, boo-boo, but I'm not picking up. You're going straight to voicemail.
My shit's gonna go up to private as soon as it shows up. It's fucking hilarious.
But that's the thing. That's why we need to not gossip as a community, and we need to be very straightforward with one another. There is nothing that I say in private about anyone in this community that I will not say directly to their face in real life, or at minimum on panel.
Hey man, he called me a small pen there the other day, and he'll definitely say it to my face. Strangely.
But
is that gossiping? I'm sorry, apologize.
No, that's an inside joke because it's something else.
So I have a Bible question, specifically about the Bible. Okay, so if I take a Bible and I bludgeon somebody with it, is it less likely to leave like bruises, like say like a stick or a bat or something like that?
It depends on it depends on the type of Bible and the material it's bound in.
Like leather.
Leather might leave a mark.
Okay, so you need a paperback, like a big, heavy paperback.
No. The
you just not be using a Bible as a weapon.
The fabric cover Bibles.
Eat Jesus into somebody.
I disagree.
What is wrong with using a Bible as a weapon? I think, like, whether you open the pages and you're bludgeoning somebody morally with it, or you're physically doing, what's the difference? Some people just need an ass weapon.
I think all women should go back to the kitchen, but there's a caveat: all men should go back to the field and take care of their women.
Sorry, there's no air conditioner out there. So
gender roles aren't one-sided. Here's the thing, right? If you're, and this is my problem with the red pill. Most of these men, they say they want a subservient wife, but they want a slave. They want a lesser person in their eyes to do their bidding, to let them have sex with them.
Beck and call,
to do what they want. And most of these men do not give them money. They do not take care of them. I'm not saying give them money as if they're a whore. If your wife desires something, or your significant other desires something, and you're her caregiver, you're supposed to provide it for her. Exactly. And it's not about letting her work. Her place is not to work. Her place is to take care of the family. But if you are not a provider or a caregiver, and you do not provide that opportunity, for one, you failed as a man, or your society has failed. One or the other is true. There is no in between.
I need clarification. If I'm going to be returning to the field, Can I have some air conditioner on my tractor? Like, am I allowed to have that?
No, we are
No.
techno Amish. The suffering builds character. In fact, you're only allowed to have the heater on.
This asshole, right?
The heater on during the summer and the air conditioner on during the winter.
Better than that, we'll just give him a hand plow.
Yeah. See,
Yeah.
now you
You
just
know
want
what?
to go medieval.
You know what? You know what?
instantly,
Since you're asking questions, tractor privilege is revoked. You get a sickle and a hoe. You don't even get Roundup. All right.
right? My
And not the
Lord.
good type of hoe.
See, this went so medieval so damn fast, right? Like I didn't even have a chance to like maybe adjust a little bit. It was just like, bitch, out in the field, in the trench, fuck that shit. You know what? We're just gonna give you a spoon to fucking dig with, right? Like y'all are assholes.
Oh, you can have a spade, but it's gonna be one of those wooden spades with like iron brushings, like in the medieval Europe.
We're upstate New York. First time I hit a rock, that thing's just gonna shatter, right? Like might as well
Yeah.
just
What do
give
you
me a-
think what do you think the Pilgrims did and the Quakers?
Ah, you've been hanging out with Amish way too damn much, right? Fuck you.
Brother
Yeah,
Levi,
that's
brother
you.
Levi, brother Levi told me that I was a good Christian for an Englishman.
I got two hand plows.
I'm like,
you know.
I'm German, and he's like, well, if you were German, you'd be Amish. I'm like, calm down there, brother Eli.
You know the plow with the big wheel on the front with the two handlebars that you push through the dirt. I got two of them.
D3, you shouldn't be though. You shouldn't hate that you like being in the kitchen. I don't mean this as a funny joke. Like the house is the natural environment for the woman, just like the field is
I
the
don't think
natural
you read
environment for the
that.
men.
Did you read that right?
Yeah, she said she to be honest, I hate that I actually love to be in the kitchen now. I'm like, you shouldn't. It's natural. It's natural.
not gonna lie,
It's
D3.
natural for women to want to be caregivers.
I really don't want most of y'all women in the kitchen, right? Fire insurance is expensive enough. Y'all just adding reasons to make it increase.
All right, you just take your ass back out to the field right now. Go find your man cave in the dirt.
Yeah.
See, the problem is with gender roles. People, what's up, Miss Cynthia?
I'm chilling. You started,
She is. Hey, lady.
right? Or am I tripping?
I started at 1.
You started what?
At 1.
Ish.
No, I was on Central Time. That's what I told you. I'm on Central Time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. I'm East Coast.
Yeah.
I forgot.
No worries. Hello,
Hold
everyone.
up. OG. Okay, so you're on Central Time, but OG's on Black People Time. Ask him how
Shut up,
tardy
Josh.
he was.
Ike is very good at talking about the gender roles. I actually do want to talk about the gender roles at some time. Ike is welcome. You're welcome, D3. Anybody's welcome. All that I ask is that this is not a debate platform about Christianity right now. We can do that literally any other time. It's just about what Christians believe and us coming together as fellowship and even a community, like the community. Even if you're not Christian, you're welcome to come in and listen and discuss. I just don't want to get lost in the weeds debating about it on Sunday. We can do it
if you're
any
here
other
to
time.
learn, as long as you're here to learn, that's all that matters.
I want to debate about the Bible. That's not fair.
Well, life isn't fair, Josh.
So like right now, currently the debate is
This is
paperback
Bible
versus
study,
leather.
not Bible debate.
But
I need to walk my security real quick while y'all work that out and help Josh with his demons
There's
exercise.
no help for Josh.
Demons exercise. Damn.
And I'll be right back. Okay.
all right, Miss Cynthia, we'll get started when you get back. The thing about and Miss Cynthia, she's got a great voice for reading the Bible, and she has a great pace. So we can alternate between her and Beth, whoever wants to read. I am like that special ed kid that's not special enough to go to special classes, but when you do class reading, they go every other word, and it's just because I have stage fright when it comes to reading. Because I'll get to a word and I'll be like, everybody's judging me because I don't know how to say this word or pronounce it, and I don't know what to say in its place. I've never seen this word before.
I wouldn't have problems with reading the Bible except for there's just not enough pictures, right? I just can't keep up.
Well, the King James version is very flowery, and while I'm good at reading poetry and wooing women, I'm not good at doing so in a sophisticated non wooing women purposes. What's up, Ike? How
Josh,
you doing,
they do
broski?
have children's
Hello.
Bibles.
Damn, she's gonna.
Good day, Ike.
They got pictures.
Damn.
Not as many words.
I forgot about that too.
Yes,
Damn.
yes. I'll be
Five-year-old
like D3. I am that kid that barks the alpha. I'll be like A, B, C. Just because everybody when you're called in on class and everybody just shifts their focus to you like freaking zombies, they just snap to you. Like I'm all confident until I see like everybody staring at me and their eyes all become black pits of like soullessness and despair. And I'm like, I'm in a class full of demons.
Howdy morning.
Part of
Mr.
me wants to
Mike.
pull my sword and have at thee. The other part is stricken in fear. I think I'll pee my pants to cope. How you doing, Ike? What's you doing today, buddy?
I'm doing well, working as usual. Just figured I'd stop by. Maybe I can learn something. Shout out to the panel. Thank you for having me.
Well, I know you definitely can teach some stuff. D3 said she wants to hear you talk about gender roles while we're waiting on Miss Cynthia.
No, I'm not touching that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah. No.
See, that's the only reason I say anything about it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I can react to what people say regarding that thing, but it's just one of those things, where it's like there's just so much misunderstanding and bullshit associated with it that it's just like I put it in the category of certain things I don't discuss with I just don't want to put out there, because there's so much misunderstanding where it's like asking Einstein to just go. And I'm not saying I'm Einstein or something. I'm creating an analogy, right? It's like asking Einstein to just discuss relativity with any bum that comes along. There's just so much. It's like there's just a massive gulf, and there's so much agenda and emotions and trauma and bullshit that people are not willing or ready to hear what you're saying, right? People typically don't even have the right orientation regarding these things, and it's highly political as well. And it's just like, you know what? Waste of time. Like just total waste of time. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. In
most contexts, I agree with you, but since we're discussing the Bible and traditionalism, like my take on it, and I joke around and I say misogynistic things and joke, but like I just said, like if a man wants a woman in the kitchen, his place is in the field, i.e., being a provider. If you want your woman to stay at home,
that one makes perfect sense. I know you've said it before. That's why I'm interrupting you because I know you already kind of said it before and whatnot. I'm not being a dick, but I agree with that, right? These kinds of things are common sense, are commonplace. And then here come the people who want to be like, oh, but this, or, actually type nonsense. Yeah. And it's like, I don't care what you want to do or what you want to go aside. And I'm not saying that this is a commandment from on high or something that thou shalt do this. It's like, it just makes perfect sense that you freaking provide if you want to be a certain kind of man. Well, I definitely believe in that, and especially given the caveat that you gave, you want X, then you have to provide Y. It's rather simple in that regard. I mean, and then when it comes to, I think everybody knows Proverbs 34, right? The Proverbs 34 woman, and why she's a good person. That the kind of economic savvy. She it describes a smart, economically savvy person that is not wasteful, right? And and she's not, if you notice, it's not about being subservient or a piece of shit or she's out there buying land and planting stuff and doing all that. Proverbs 34, right? So, and this is a rather, this is the Old Testament we're talking about here, which is supposed to be pretty traditional and all these other kinds of things. But so the people whom, speaking of Red Pill, who want to talk about traditional values and such, and whom may mischaracterize it, either they're mischaracterizing or they're women on the other end who want to hear a mischaracterization, because that also goes on as well, right? People say something and then they're women, they want to hear something else, right? But just read Proverbs 34 and see if that's a subservient woman. No, she's out there getting ish done in a particular kind of way that's prudent, intelligent, and all those kinds of things, right? Yeah, that was something I felt was and if you want to deserve that kind of a woman, then you have to be a certain kind of man. Proverbs 34 woman is not married to a bum. I'll leave it at that.
Exactly, and we have a society where people expect the moon, but they want to give dirt, and it's crazy. They expect everything to be handed to them. They want instant gratification. They want to give the bare minimum and get the maximum out of it, and it doesn't make sense to me. And I agree with you 100% there. Because if you're a shitty man, and we ain't got to talk about it, you pretty much nailed nailed it on the head. If you're a shitty man or a shitty woman for that matter, you don't deserve a partner that's going to give you the world. In fact, you don't deserve any partner at that point, because what we as humans are supposed to do when we have partners is we're supposed to build them up and have the expectation that they're going to help build us up. And you don't see a lot of that today. You see a lot of selfishness and a lot of just me type shit.
What's in it for me? Yep.
Yeah, and women do sacrifice a lot. Hence, it's on you to do your part, right? They sacrifice a lot. They have a short time window, right, which they are giving up, if you will, right, in order to do the things that they need to do, childbirth and all these other kinds of things. And it makes perfect sense that you do your part, especially if you're complaining about society at large regarding birth rates and the office taking advantage of everybody, and maybe you have some capitalism type complaints and whatever, and the world is going to hell and it's all about efficiency and we're not doing what we need to do. But what that means, you gotta, sorry, not Chuck, but Josh, you gotta get in that, you gotta bring out that hand plow or whatever the hell it is that they said, and and do the work. But that it is what it is.
This asshole putting motherfuckers back in chains and fields, man.
I'm telling you, wooden shovel with the iron bracing. That's all you get. Make it work. You're a man.
I used to like bike up until about now.
No, speaking of Ike, part of what you were saying about people talking shit on society and the way things are. An old white nationalist friend of mine hit me up, and he does not like the direction I'm heading politically and with understanding and accepting your support specifically. And you know what I told him?
Yeah.
I told him to go fuck himself. I told him to go fuck himself. I said all the shit, all the support and all the help and all the teaching that white nationalists could have done, and you didn't do shit. You didn't help in any way. You didn't try to educate anybody. You didn't try to do anything, but yet you're going to sit here and you're going to bitch about the support that I have from people, and that I listen to people that are vastly more educated than me, that are good people for what I have going on in life and that support me positively. And you motherfuckers knew what was going on and you didn't do shit. And you expect me to listen to you now when all you're doing is hating for hating's sake? And he tried to call me a homo and a race traitor. And I'm like, you can go fuck yourself, dude. I'm like, you can go fuck right on off.
That's actually funny. That's actually funny. But you know this person, right? I mean, I assume that you know them.
I knew him years ago, and he kind of has been watching for a while because a mutual friend of ours posted my stuff in Telegram. It's like, he's doing really good. He's bridging the gap between places, and then all of a sudden, the haters who just want to destroy and see the world burn have something negative to say.
You know what?
Sure.
It's I'm just gonna say this since you brought it up and you mentioned my name in there. It's something that's adjacent. It's not necessarily coming out of a straight tangent from what you said, but there is a notion out there, and it is not completely wrong. It's kind of like a anti-liberal notion, meaning if you take the liberal notion of the notion of, okay, well, individuals being rational agents making these choices, whether they're economic choices or they're choices we can all agree supposedly on life, liberty, pursuit, and happiness, blah, 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 which is only a fiction, by the way, because you have people who will fly planes into your buildings that don't give a damn about life, right? Theirs to begin with, right? In other words, for example, you may hear from some segments of the political sphere saying people are not making choices in their best interest, meaning, what's up with those people and their guns and their Bibles? For example, Obama said that, right? Like, why don't you take the economic incentives, but you're holding on to your guns and your Bibles, right? Why don't you do this imagined state of nature trade-off where we have a social contract and we say we're gonna be rational agents and blah blah blah? But the truth is that's not what human beings are, right? Truth is, we can do those kinds of things and we can be successful for a while. But it is true that there will always be a schism vis-a-vis things such as religion. Let's just call it religion. Let's just call it religion, right? But it's even if you're not a religious person or whatever, there's going to be this aspect of man which is not rational economic agent trying to maximize utility, right? It's going to be some other shit, whether it's some Nietzschean Ubermensch trying to knock everybody over the head, or it's Al Qaeda or whatever it may be. And because of that, there is this notion also that there will always be a schism. Then these people who say, you know what, you're a traitor for not picking a side and going all in, right? I'm not saying that, they're right, but I'm saying that A, they will always be there, and B, there is a truth that undergirds their position, right? In other words, the liberal imagination of Kumbaya and Star Trek, is never going to happen unless we go into the transhuman space where we are no longer humans and whatnot. So I hope I'm making sense, OG. But basically, as I said, it's adjacent, not necessarily tangential for what you said. But if you want to look at the position that person is coming from, where it's like, nope, we got enemies and there's a line down the sand, I think that those people are coming from a place where if you look at it, you can remember some truths, like the pre-liberal enlightenment, pre-imagination of human beings being rational agents truth, which we were reminded of, we being United States in, September 11th, for example, that, no, Osama bin Laden was a rich, powerful person. And that did not quell his thirst for Valhalla, right? Or that other shit, which human beings always have. And so that notion that people tend to have of like, oh, well, these people out there in the South or in Appalachia, they're voting against their own interests. It's like, no, they think that the guns and Jesus are their interests, right? And no amount of freaking government cheese is going to dissuade them from that, right? So, and I know, OG, you understand that kind of thing. You understand nationalism. You understand the religious, you understand the Valhalla shit that I'm talking about, right? So,
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, that guy, whatever, him aside, but I can always see the place people are coming from and recognize that something is real, even if somebody is being stupid, because it's not really about the people, right?
Well, the thing about it, right? And we know that I agree with you on this. If you were my enemy, you would try to dissuade me and go, well, that guy's completely wrong all the way around. You wouldn't tell me that there's a part of it that is correct because of nationalism, because of these things. You'd be trying to get me to sing Kumbaya and just accept the government cheese type shit.
Exactly.
And this is what I try to tell those people, is that not everybody who's different from you or has a different walk of life is your enemy. In fact, even if you say something that is directly against them, they may even agree from the personal belief and standing that you have. Like, it irks me because the stupid people irk me. And that's what it is. It's because I don't see myself as very smart, but I also recognize that there are dumb people. I don't see myself as dumb, but there are definitely just stupid people out there. We should really just stop listening to them.
Damn, OG, tell me what you really feel about me. God damn it.
It seems like Chuck wants to say something.
I was just going to say, reminds me of the old adage that misery loves company. You get around a miserable person, they're not trying to build themselves up. If you're doing better or trying to be better, they want to pull you back down to their level. They spend more effort trying to bring you back down as opposed to taking it upon themselves to learn more and maybe understand the situation. I hope I didn't butcher that up too bad.
Well, most other people from my former life like the panels that I do, and they like the information that is given. They think that it is awesome, and they're trying to incorporate it into their thought process as well. Just because I love mine don't mean I have to help. Don't mean I have to hate others. Doesn't mean I have to help them either. But I personally prefer to help. I think that a rising tide raises all ships. and the more prosperous everyone in society is, the better. But the thing is, not everyone's always going to be prosperous. There's going to be winners. There's going to be losers. And it's our duty as men to make sure that do our best to not be the loser in society. And any failures are strictly on us.
See,
Now,
that's the thing.
not all of them. There are societal and systemic failures, but the majority are on us. Let me put it that way. Go ahead, Chuck.
I lost it. That's all right. Go ahead.
Well, I seen that Miss Cynthia said she was back. Miss Cynthia, we left off starting on chapter 8 of Job. If you would like to start reading.
Let me grab my Bible real quick. Make sure to hit the like button, everybody.
Let me post the link to the. This is the King James version that I've got pulled up. Miss Cynthia.
Well, also we can do the Bible Tools does the reading.
I did not know that, but I'm assuming that's what this is right there. If you don't feel like reading, I'll play it.
I was just letting you know, like in the future, it's like, oh my gosh. Because when I do my Bible homework, sometimes I actually go and have the Bible Tools read it to me. Because sometimes hearing it versus reading it and following along helps you out. Alrighty, guys. And plus, the Bible Tools can pronounce the words correctly, and I can't. Oh.
I know your pain there.
What'd you say, Chuck?
I said we were just talking about that before you got here.
Yeah.
About how the words look foreign. Some of them.
Right. So we were on chapter 8, and as we remember, Job has just lost everything. He's been plagued with the boils from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. He's tore off his clothes. Him and his friends, they hung around for a week, and they were really quiet. And however, the week is up, and now they are like, all right, Joe, we got it. What did you do? What happened? Don't be lying to us. So on chapter 8, then Belhad the Shunammite replied, how long will you say such things? Your words are a blistering wind. Does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right? When your child sinned against him, he gave them over to the plenty of their sin. But if your will seek God earnestly and plead with the Almighty, if you are pure and upright, even now he will rose himself on your behalf and restore you to your prosperous state. Isn't that interesting that that's foreshadowing of what is to happen with Job? Your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will be your future. Ask the former generation and find out what their ancestors learned. For we are only born yesterday, and I know nothing. And our days on earth are but a shadow. Will they not instruct you and tell you? Will they bring forth words from their understanding? Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh? Can the reeds thrive without water? While still growing and uncut, they wither more quite quickly than grass. Such is the destiny of all who forget God. So perishes the hope of the godless. What they trust in is fragile. What they rely on is a spider's web. Boy, isn't that the truth? They lean on the web, but it gives away. They cling to it, but it does not hold. They are like a well-watered plant in sunshine, spreading its shoots over the garden, and entwines the roots in piles of rocks, and it looks for a place among the stones. But when it is torn from its spot, that place disowns it and says, I never saw you. Surely its life withers away, and from the soil other plants grow. Surely God does not reject the one who is blameless or strengthen the hands of the evildoers. He will yet fill your mouth with laughter and your lips of shouts and joy. Your enemies will be clothed in shame, and the tenants of the wicked will be no more. So that was a pretty interesting. It was the foreshadowing, and then saying how people, you ever see people like just rely on what they are in control of when it says, They trust in what is fragile and they rely on the spider's web. How many times? I mean, I have seen people just make up spider webs of lies to cover up the other lies. Like, let's look at Diddy, to cover up the other lies, and it all just comes crashing down on them at one point or another.
Well, I'm also noticing a common theme in Job, and it's the opposite of prosperity doctrine, right? We all know what prosperity doctrine is. That's taught by the modern evangelical churches, where it's like, if you pray and you come to God, God wants you to be wealthy. God wants you to have all these things, right? And they preach prosperity, that as long as you're Christian, you'll get that. And God never says that. In fact, God says you'll struggle. But there's also the opposite of prosperity doctrine, which is, no matter what bad things happen, trust into God, and the solution will fall from the sky. No matter how impoverished you are, God will feed you. Da 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 da. Like, you won't suffer, you won't be killed. Like, I noticed that in Job, that is kind of a running theme, is the opposite of prosperity doctrine that they keep telling him. If you were innocent, if you were a good person, it would just fall out from the sky. And I've noticed throughout my life, and seeing how historically Christians were blessed and what had happened in Christian society, regardless of the sect, whether it was Catholic, Protestant, Coptic, whatever, Orthodox, is God will bless you. God will send you where you're meant to be. He'll steer the ship or the canoe, but you still have to row. You still have to do the work and put in the effort. And just because you're putting in the effort doesn't mean you're going to be super rich and prosperous either. And and because you're putting in the effort, stuff's just not falling out of the sky. You still put in the work. And does anybody think I'm wrong there?
Nope.
Or is that something that I'm just picking up from Job?
I think it gets conflated. A lot of it is talking about spiritual nourishment and things for the soul, as opposed to material items. A lot of them get off into the material, like you're saying. You go out, you do this, and you will be rewarded tenfold. I don't think it's talking so much the material as it is what you receive on the inside. Because I don't care how much you pray and how much you give, when you walk out of that church, life is still going to happen. And you have to deal with life on life terms. It's not a fairy tale existence just because you believe the way they want you to believe. You still got to put the work in, like you're saying, in order to achieve the results.
No, God tells you as much all the time. God tells you as much time and time again in the Bible. Go ahead, Miss Cynthia.
There is never a place in the Bible where it says this is going to all be easy. And
yeah, it says the opposite, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to suffer, you're going to suffer, and it's going to suck.
Well,
but I got you.
But you're going to feel good about suffering.
It's interesting because it's the friend is like, what did you do? I mean, God doesn't punish the blessed and the ones that follow him. And to me, when I first studied this, it made me think of what type of friend I was. That guy doesn't know. He doesn't know why God's doing it, but he is actually judging his friend and saying, hey, God wouldn't do this to you if you were good. And I imagine.
For sure.
Well, the thing too, there is something that we can glean from modern society from that way of thinking, right? Is people tend to think that you're in a situation that you deserve, or you get what you deserve. That's never the case. You also have people, and they've done psychological studies of people who inherit wealth or inherent success, and they think that, oh, those people who don't have it just didn't work hard enough, or they've done something. And I think that this is a metaphor for that type of mentality for back then. because you never know the struggles and the stuff that people had to overcome, and that works both ways. Like I hate when talented and intelligent people who have less are just like, oh, I wish God blessed me with that intelligence or that skill. And I'm just sitting here. You realize that motherfucker that rocks out on that guitar or that knows that specific trade or skill had to work hard to learn it. There are natural abilities that probably made it easier, but they still had to work hard to get where they're at. It wasn't just handed to them. So it works both ways, in my opinion.
Not everybody goes to the crossroads. It makes a deal. So there are some people who actually do the work.
I honestly think the vast majority of people do the work.
Mm-hmm.
There are obvious examples of people, especially in small towns and big cities, who inherit wealth and success. And for the most part, when you inherit these things and you're a semi-competent human, you're just going to bankroll that. You're going to bankroll that and keep the system going until somebody in your family is not a competent person, and then they're going to lose it all. Which happens within like 3 or 4 generations, but still, the amount of wealth and success that can be generated in 3 or 4 generations could be obscene and lead to very shitty interactions with certain people to the point it destroys nations or cities.
I mean, there's a couple significant cases of it that we just talked about not too long ago. Sam Walton, Truett Cathy, what happened when they died and what their family did with everything that they had worked so hard for. They shit it all away.
Or how they treat their workers, not even how the families argue over money, right? Sam Walton didn't believe in unions because he was right. Unions manipulate the workers, they skim money from the workers, and they start doing less and less for the workers, but yet claim that they need to fight more and more. The more successful that you get at stopping the quote unquote unfairness in the labor market, which in America, we're pretty much there. Now the labor unions support political motivations, and they all support Democrats, or they all support political problems instead of the workers themselves. So Sam Walton and a lot of the anti-union people like Henry Ford, they foresaw these problems and they took care of their workers. But the next generation who ran their company and inherited their wealth did not.
Exactly.
Or in Henry Ford's case, he was taken to court and set the modern precedent for how corporations operate. But we ain't got to get on that one. We're on Bible study. Miss Cynthia, if nobody else has anything, we can go ahead and read chapter 9.
I'm eating a chip, so give me a second.
Does your Bible, this Bible I have, which is a King James, before every chapter has got a little like title above it, like before chapter 9 it says, "It is futile to argue with God."
Oh, mine doesn't have that. Not
or
this
like
one.
the previous one, 8, it was are you unjustly accusing God? It's just little blurbs they put before the.
Well, then you make sure to tell us what they say. So what does 9 say?
It is futile to argue with God.
That is truth. Okay. Then it says, then Job replied. Now remember, Job's friend was talking. Now Job's going to respond. Indeed, I know that this is true, but how can mere mortals prove their innocence before God? But though they wish to dispute with him, they could never answer him 1 time out of 1,000. His wisdom is profound. His power is vast. He resisted him and came out unscathed. He moves mountains without their knowing it and overturns them in his anger. He shakes the earth from its place, and it makes its pillars tremble. He speaks to the sun, and it does not shine. He seals off the light of the stars. He alone stretches out the heavens and tends on the waves of the sea. He is the maker of the bear, the Orion, and the Pleiades and constellations of the south. He performs wonders that cannot be fathomed, miracles that cannot be counted. When he passes me, I cannot see him. When he goes by, I cannot perceive him. If he snatches away, who can stop him? Who can say to him, what are you doing? God does not restrain his anger. Even the cohorts of Rahab covered his feet. How then can I dispute with him? How can I find the words to argue with him? Though I were innocent, I could not answer him. I can only plead for my justice, judge for mercy. Even if I summoned him and he responded, I do not believe he would give me a hearing. He would crush me with a storm and multiply my wounds for no reason. He would not let me catch my breath, but would overwhelm me with misery. It is a matter of strength. He is mighty. If it is a matter of strength, he is mighty. And if it is a matter of justice, who can challenge him? Even if I were innocent, my mouth would condemn me. If I were blameless, I would pronounce me guilty. Although I am blameless, I have no concern for myself. I despise my own life. It is the same that is what I say. He destroys both the blameless and the wicked. When a scourge brings sudden death, he mocks the despair of the innocent. When the land falls into the hands of the wicked, he blindfolds its judges. If it not him, then who is it? My days are swifter than a runner. They fly away without glimpse of joy. They skim past like boats of papayas, like eagles swooping down on their prey. If I say, I will forget my complaint, I will change my expression and smile, I still dread all my sufferings, for I know you will not hold me innocent. Since I'm already found guilty, why should I struggle in vain? Even if I washed myself with soap and my hands were cleaning powder, you would plunge me into the slime pit so that even my clothes would detest me. He is not a mere mortal like me, that I might answer him, that we might confront each other in court. If only there were someone to mediate between us, someone to bring us together. Oh, that's foreshadowing. Someone to remove God's rod from me, so that his terror would frighten me no more. Then I would speak up without fear of him, but as it stands with me, I cannot. That's the end of chapter 9. Anybody?
I hate to be the nerd in the room. Actually, I love being the nerd in the room. But this spirituality, right? The talks of spirits and the Almighty being greater and stronger than us, right? People say that to say this, right? A lot of people believe, even if you're a Christian, like witchcraft and bad spirits and bad juju. And somebody mentioned when we were talking about the Waltons in chat, some people have a past relative's karma that has to be worked through in this lifetime. I don't agree with that, right? Because, and I like I said, I hate to be a nerd in the room, but there's a series called Warhammer. And if you talk about spirituality and thought and meditation and thinking of someone's own force of will and someone's own mind, own meditation and own faith, right? We as Christians can take what's in that sci-fi universe and apply it to devotion and meditation and the strength to carry on even when all is lost. And I don't think that karma or even negative spirits would affect us if we did that. If we had this presence of mind, if we read our Bible and meditated and just did not let these things bother us and we kept moving forward no matter what, right? Because in that universe, it's a lot of that spirituality there is like telekinesis and like mental powers and whatnot. But if you think about it, even in real life, it's all in the mind and the soul. The spiritual realm is. And if we work on that, if we make ourselves stronger to pull ourselves through at the lowest of the low, I don't think any spirits or any karma can hold us back. Really don't. And especially if we have faith in the Almighty. Even more so, it makes you 10 times stronger. That's just my opinion. And I know I'm being a little bit nerdy and talking about sci-fi stuff, but there is something to be gained from even the things that inspire us and the things that we create. There's things that you can learn from even in sci-fi universes, I guess.
Well, so much sci-fi is actually biblically based. They bring
Inspired,
stories to light in a unique way.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, all of Warhammer, the vast majority of it is based on faith, right? And it talks about faith and meditation and the force, the sheer force of will.
That's one of the reasons why Henry Cavill was so drawn to it. He said he loves it, and they try to ruin it with the movie or show, whatever they were doing with it.
Yeah.
How much you want to bet that that's what they attacked in it?
Probably.
What they were trying to change in it.
Well, the thing is, like, make no mistake, it's not Christian. Like, they have a God King, for God's sakes, who is like basically a Reddit tier atheist, who's like, God doesn't exist. It's the sheer force of will. But like, I think what we can glean from that sci-fi universe is the force of one's own will, right? The meditation and clear and having a clear mind, a focused goal, and having faith in our God, as those people in that sci-fi universe are faithful to their God King, right? And then anything that comes against you, I mean, look at what it says in the Bible: any weapon forged against me shall not prosper. How many people actually live by that mentality? I know I've fallen short to that in just the last couple of years. I fall down like Job, crying, bitching, and complaining and whining instead of putting my feet to the ground and saying no. And that's the thing. Like we in the West specifically don't have it so easy as people think, but we have it easier than most people. So when things don't work out in our mind, it's, what the hell did I do? It's the same thing with Job. It's, what the hell did I do wrong? I did everything right. Why isn't it working? We don't plant our feet and go, God, I trust you. I put it in your hands. We sit down and we lament and we whine and we cry and we hope for it to fall out the sky, or we pray for prosperity. We don't row our boat and let God steer it. We bitch and complain and whine and argue with everyone and God.
You know, OG, you said a couple of things there that I'm sorry. Thank you.
Go ahead.
So you said, you're pointing to the sci-fi world. You're talking about meditation and whatnot, and what you can glean from that. Unfortunately, those things are. You have to see it in real time. In other words, you're talking about the mind, which you have, right? You're talking about meditation, which you can do, right? And I talked another day about, what somebody calls kind of like 4 ways of knowing. It kind of starts with 4 P's, like propositional, perspectival, participatory, and whatnot. We in the West, and it's good that you brought that up, are very propositional with regards to things. Like, we're going to read, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. But what the fuck does that mean to live that, And not just like some kind of, I say it. It's like, no, what does it mean? I'll call your attention to the East, for example, right? Where they go from the more participatory way. Think Buddha, think that guy that lit himself on fire and didn't move, right? I think was it the Vietnam War or something like that? Whatever it is, but that self-immolation practice, which is going to come from, deep meditation. It's not about, it's not about writing down affirmations. You know what I mean? It's about an inner working of the machinery. It's not an external thing. It's going in there and saying, okay, how do I grab a hold of my subjectivity such that it becomes so fucking powerful? Sorry for the language. And
no problem.
that is the thing that, generally speaking, I've always kind of mentioned it. It's because it's not like there is no trace of that in Christianity, because there is the contemplative, meditative aspects, but it's super not highlighted at all. It's almost like, you can just put that over to the side. All you got to do is just come here, sing some songs, read some things, repeat it, propositional. Like, it's almost like you just say these things, or, just, you get my point. But there is no notion of, well, the practice, right? And, you could call it spiritual, you call it meditative. And for us, it's kind of like woo-woo, or, it has come back in a certain kind of way, but it's over there with the granola people talking about chakras and whatnot, which are real things. But in other words, where is the Western language for that? Which is something that, in my channel, I have a whole section about meditation, right? Which I call like mastery of subjective consciousness. And every once in a while, I'll refer to this, what I call this side of the page. It's like, okay, well, we can talk about certain things on the proposition side of the page, but there's that other side of the page which has to do with you mastering yourself, getting hold of your subjectivity, such that, and I'll tie it in with this, what was just read with Job, such that there is real acceptance because there's this notion of, okay, well, if I do the right things, then everything will go right. No, it's if I do the right things and if I practice internally the right ways, then from my perspective and my participation with the whole thing would be at one. In other words, and if God shows up, as it says there, and refuses to give me a hearing and crushes me, as it says, for no reason, right? Then it's fine. I have truly gotten a hold of my subjectivity. I have truly seen myself as one with you get what I'm saying, right? But even these words I'm using I'm just only using it to make the point that it is a participatory thing. It is, you can't sit down and read about exercise, right? And then become fit. It is a participatory thing. So there's a lot of propositional stuff, which is akin to just reading about exercise and saying, yes, I know that God can be, and I like that thing for no reason, because he doesn't need a reason. There is no, that's again going into our own kind of human propositional kind of a propositional logic, propositional knowing, or whatever. Why would he do this? It's like, no, there's a full acceptance, and that thing is a very, and I like that you use the right words. You said the meditative, the spiritual, and all that kind of stuff, and it is a set of exercises that you do. That guy did not just read a book and then set himself on fire, right? He internally. There's a lot of work that he did, to put himself in that position to just be able to accept. I just buttressing and kind of saying yes to what you're saying, but with the addition that the West is highly propositional when it comes to its religiosity and whatnot. Very little in terms of like participation or actual exercise. It's more of profession of things.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I'm glad you brought up the he's a much better example than Warhammer. Actually, I'm glad you brought up the Buddhist monks and the way that they do things. They read their doctrines, they read their beliefs, but then they participate in it. They meditate, they make themselves stronger. They actually uphold these ideals and they live them. It's not just talking about it. And that force of will plays out in the real life with the Buddhist monks who do the protests where they do the self-immolation and they sit there in what is probably the most excruciating pain someone could go through. They don't scream out. They don't deal with, they look like they're at peace for the world that they're trying to make the statement for. And it's because of them practicing what they preach, I think is what you're putting down. And I think that is a great example and something that people really need to listen to, because we can read this Bible or we can read holy texts of any religion or any belief, and we can know what they say, we can repeat the mantras, but if we don't live it, we don't act upon it, it does nothing for us. That's my takeaway from what you were saying. So I appreciate that Buddhist example as well.
I want to say, again, the devil is doing this to Job, not God. However, Job doesn't know that. So, of course, he's like, why God? Why me? And from my experience in doing Bible studies, I've done Bible studies now for 11 years. And I don't mean ones at my church. I mean, we go the whole school year. We got lectures, we got class. And we just study one book in the Bible for the whole year. But I know whenever it's time for that study, I know that I'm going to be attacked. I mean, there's just no question about it. Something's going to happen that's going to be completely out of my control. It's going to come from left field. It may even crush me. But because I have been trained for these attacks, I know what I need to do in them is to stay connected to God. Make sure I don't, fester. Don't allow the devil to come into my mind and play tricks on me. I basically put on that armor of God and prepare for him, for the attacks. Because as a God-believing person, you will be attacked because the devil doesn't want you to believe in God. He wants you not to. He wants you to be far from God.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that because it tells us we will come under attack from principalities of the air and the physical attacks as well.
Mental, spiritual, physical, it will all come your way. And the closer you get to God, it happens.
I think that's the part where Ike was talking about. You have to live it, because the more you live it, the more the world, and both the world, spiritual and physical world, are going to try to drag you down, because that's kind of the test to see if you're living it. If you're actually participating in it. And if you find yourself weak and you're easily destroyed, then are you really participating in it, or are you just repeating the mantras?
Well, not even not participating, like we call them baby Christians. Like, you have to really go through these experiences and understand it. And
that's part of the learning.
Yeah, being a good Christian doesn't happen overnight. But go ahead, Chuck. I'm sorry.
I'm going to say lip service. You're giving something lip service. Yeah, I said it, but that don't make it so. You got the folks that go to church on Sunday, and the rest of the week they're the worst example of a human being you ever run into. It's crazy.
I went to church today, and I'm sure I'll yell at somebody this week on the panel. I mean, I don't know who it'll be, but I'm human. You know what I mean? And it's emotions.
We all know who it'll be, Cynthia.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And, at the same time, there are things that I do in my community that I probably wouldn't have done, like helping my neighbors, even reaching out to them, because I was instructed that that's how you live. But yeah, shall we continue on with 10?
Yes, ma'am.
What is your say?
The subtitle of 10 is "My Soul is Weary of My Life."
I loathe my very life. Therefore, I will give free rein to my complaint and speak out in bitterness of my soul. I just want to say right there, like, it's okay to get mad and to question God. Like, anytime I'm going through something, I'm like, bro, we need to have a talk. What's going on? What are you doing right now? Give me the eyes to see this. I don't understand this. Okay. I say to God, do not declare me guilty, but tell me what charges you have against me. Does it please you to oppress me, to spend the work of your hands while you smile on the plans of the wicked? Do you have eyes of flesh? Do you see as a mortal sees? Are your days like those of a mortal, and your years like those of a strong man, that you must search my thoughts and probe after my sin? Though you know that I am not guilty, and that no one can rescue me from your hand. Your hand shaped me and made me. Will you now turn and destroy me? Remember that you molded me like clay. Will you turn me to dust again? Did you pour me out like milk and curdle me like cheese? Clothe me with skin and flesh, and knit me together with bones and wounds? You gave me life and showed me kindness, and in your providence watched over my spirit. But this is what you concealed in your heart, and I know that this was in your mind. If I sin, you would be watching me. You would be watching me and would not let my offense go unpunished. If I am guilty, woe to me. Even if I am innocent, I cannot lift my head, for I am full of shame and disowned in my affliction. If I hold my head high, you will stalk me like a lion and again display your awesome power against me. You bring new witnesses against me and increase your anger toward me. Your forces come against me wave upon wave. Why then do you bring me out of the womb? I wish I had died before any eyes saw me. If only I had never come into being, or had been carried straight from the womb to the grave. Are not my few days almost over? Turn away from me so I can have a moment's joy before I go to the place of no return, to the land of gloom and utter darkness, to the land of deepest night and utter darkness and disorder, where even the lights is like darkness. Go ahead. Anybody?
He is struggling with the concept, and he's racking his brain that what have I done? I cannot find what I have done to deserve this punishment. Show me what I've done.
Well, that's part of the process, because if you don't know what you've done wrong, you can't make it better.
Correct.
That's part of the living it process, trying to figure out if you did anything wrong, taking responsibility for all of your actions. And sometimes sometimes shit's truly just out of your control.
Well, absolutely out of your control. I know for me, over my journey, I've come to realize that it's not anything I've done. This is for his glory. And this is either A, to put me through something so I can help somebody, or I can learn a lesson to make me stronger, to help somebody else in their walk. And so once I understood that like there's even the verses in the Bible, like, consider it a joy when you're being disciplined, for it's an opportunity for you to strengthen. It's an opportunity for you to see God's might. And that's not exactly how it went, but it was something like, it's an opportunity for God to show you his strength when you're in these turmoils. Because things happen, you're like, whoa, how did that happen? Like, how did that fix itself like that?
Yeah, as she was reading it, I was remembering the video that you played just before that I had sent you, and I could see exactly what was being done in the video, what was being read just now, and it just synced up perfectly. And I was like, "Oh, you're able to picture it now after while reading it." That was pretty awesome.
Ike, you have any wise words?
No.
Whoa, Ike.
Oh my goodness.
Alrighty. What does your number 11 say?
Okay, apparently this is a friend of his, Zophar.
Zophar
says, God can do as he pleases.
Yeah, and that's true, because we don't know. Like, we don't know what's happening we only see it from our perspective, what we're feeling. We don't know what's on the other side. Zophar the Nemarite replied, are these words to go unanswered? Is this talker to be vindicated? Will your idle talk reduce others to silence? Will no one rebuke you when you mock? You say, God, my beliefs are flawless and I am pure in your sight. Oh, how I wish that God would speak, then he would open his lips against you and disclose to you secrets of wisdom, for true wisdom has two sides. Know this, God has even forgotten some of your sins. That's true. Can you fathom the mysteries of God? Can you probe limits of the Almighty? They are higher than the heavens above. What can you do? They are deeper than the depths below. What can you know? Their measure is longer than the earth and wider than the sea. If he comes along and confines you in prison and convinces the court, who can oppose him? Surely he recognizes deceivers, and when he sees evil, does he not take note? But the witless can no more become wise, and the wild donkey's colt can no more be born human. Yet if you devote your heart to him and stretch out your hands to him, if you put away the sin that is in your hand and allow no evil to dwell in your tent, then free of fault, you will lift up your face, and there you will stand without fear. You will surely forget your trouble, recalling that it was only as waters go by. Life will be brighter than noonday, and darkness will become like morning. You will be secure because there is hope. You will look about you and take rest in safety. You will lie down with no one to make you afraid, and many will court you forever. But the eyes of the wicked will fail, and the escape will elude them. Their hope will become a dying gasp. This is like his friend. Like, even though he's like, yeah, you did something, he's even alluding to that. Like, if you were blameless and if there was no sin in your tent, this wouldn't be helping. I mean, this wouldn't be happening.
Confess your sins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, go ahead.
His friend is saying, dude, you've done something wrong. Figure it out. Confess.
Yeah. And there's so many times friends are saying that, well, that wouldn't happen, or maybe, or remember that time you did this or said that. And again, you have to be careful, because that's how you can really dissuade people from God. You can put bad thoughts into them. One was like, you can brainwash people that way, especially when they're in turmoil. You can introduce things into them, and you have to be careful.
This part here, this is pretty interesting regarding this confessing your sins, which I think in this case, it's an opportunity to confess as opposed to, well, since I know that this is about something that I did, this kind of tit for tat, which is not the case. It's like, you're trying to say, you're trying to make it find some kind of reason. But as I said before, what the hell do you know? Right?
Right.
What the hell do you know? What's this reason thing? And like, you have no clue. This is not about you, right? However, there's a subtle thing here psychologically, which is we all have guilt, 100%, right?
Yes.
So in this situation is an opportunity for you to do that soul searching and bear it all, if you will. If you notice in the previous, there was a chapter, he mentioned, I believe it was Job in his lamentation, look away from me so that I may enjoy a moment's rest before I disappear. Now, that look away from me is that eye of judgment, that eye of seeing me in my wretchedness and my state, whatever, right? Just the weight of the angst of existing as a conscious being under the eye of the ultimate consciousness, right, is heavy on me. Hence, well, one way to kind of assuage that heaviness is to, quote unquote, come clean, is to say, you know what, I am but like a filthy rag, the righteousness is like a filthy rag, blah, 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 right? That kind of thing. So that was just one subtle point there that I noticed, is how this aspect here of confessing relates to that aspect of look away from me. But we must remember that it is not about, oh, I did this thing, therefore that's why this is happening to me and I need to fix it. Because like, what the hell? That's not the point. And I want to then make some other points, generally speaking, here about the way things are versus the way we think it ought to be. And this goes back to something that the OG asked me a while ago about why not become a nihilist then if the world is X, Y, or Z way. And it doesn't matter what your X, Y, or Z is. But you stand there with your judgment of how you think things ought to be. And then you're going to say, well, since they are not the way they ought to be, I am going to overturn whatever my moral compass is. Let's say, for example, you think that humanity is worth fighting for, but then you look around and you see that everyone is the BAN. Then
a what?
A bitch ass nigga. But anyway.
Oh, I was like, what?
and then you're like, oh well, then I'm gonna just flip over the whole moral compass. I'm gonna become a nihilist, and it's like, no, this is not about you or your understanding. And I'm not saying you should have a moral compass or not, but your moral compass should not be predicated on whether the world is the way you think it should be, right? Like, oh, since things are not, since it's not sweet or it's not going the way, or I don't, then if it's like, that's not the game. That game does not even make any sense. That game is all about you and your satisfaction, your judgment. The way it's completely self-absorbed, right? I'm not picking on you here, Mr. OG, but you get my point. That game is completely self-absorbed. The way I like to talk about it, and as I also mentioned in my answer to OG, was it's like going to outer space and then complaining that you got irradiated to death. It's like it doesn't. This is not about you, bro. Radiation is just doing what it does, right? So, oh, well, why should it be there? And why did the quasar hit me with the whatever and the sun? It's like, bro, this is not about you. In the same way, the social order of human beings, which is what more closely to what OG was kind of complaining about, which is that shall we call tribalism, right? The tribe, the scapegoating, right? And all these other things, which are just intrinsic into the way the social order of human beings work. I think it was last week I mentioned the bonding through violence, for example, and all these other kinds of things. You can look at that and be like, oh, I'm disgusted with humans, therefore I'm going to go. It's like, no, bro, what the hell do you know about? Well, you designed the system then. You create a system whereby there's going to be all these creatures that are going to move and propagate, and there's going to be social cohesion. What is your model of social cohesion? What is your model of the ecosystem and competition? How would you do it, right? So we see things happening, whether it's radiation or the way in which socialization works in human beings, and then we call it tribalism when we don't like it, right? Or we say we don't like radiation when it hits us in space, but we love it when it microwaves our food, and all these kind of salad bar picking and choosing. Well, I don't like this. All that is silly, right? And I think that these two chapters have really kind of emphasized the whole silliness of our judgments regarding how we think things should be, right?
Right.
Which I really liked that conversation when we had it, because it kind of opened my eyes to what we in the West do and what humans tend to do when we don't like a situation. We think that it's about us because we're naturally self-centered. And that really does hurt us in the operation of just being human, of knowing our place in the world and advancing and getting through trouble and just bad shit when it happens. You're like, if you're that self-centered, I think you're going to have trouble getting through very bad situations that happen to you. You're going to focus on limitations and crying about it, and it's just going to do you no good at all. So
have y'all I'm sorry.
I appreciate that conversation then, and I see it reinforced in the story of Job. So it makes a lot more sense in this context, and then with our conversations in the past. Go ahead, Miss Cynthia, my bad.
Have y'all ever gone through something and it just be the worst, and then later, like a couple of years or a few years later, you look back and you realize how that really bad situation kind of helped save you from another situation, or you were really dodging something? You're like, whoo, if that wouldn't have happened, I might not have. Have you had that experience yet, OG?
Yes, and that kind of goes into what we were talking about, or what I was just saying there, right? If you spend so much time bitching and complaining about things not going your way and how everything works, you're not going to learn those lessons and those structures that you need later on in life when you deal with a similar situation, or you're not going to be able to see how it was actually a good lesson or something good for you to go through to build your character or anything. You're not going to be able to pick up on those lessons if all you're doing is why me, Why is it like this? I hate this. This is stupid. I'm going to change my entire being and just flip the chessboard or the checkerboard or the table and throw the pieces everywhere and just whine and cry and be resentful.
Chuck, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I've got what you were just speaking about, gone through situations only on reflecting back later on after some time passes and seeing there was a lesson there or something to be learned from going through that, whatever that hardship was. It's when you don't look back and reflect on the hard situation and how you got through it and realize the lesson that was to be learned from that. Because if you forget your past, you're going to make greater mistakes in the future. That's the way I see it, anyway.
I agree. Tootie, anybody else before we go on?
I just want to say I like Tootie when she was shaking her head. Yes, you see the big hat flopping. It reminds me of going to church.
A floppy-eared dog.
Well, it is, especially in a Southern church, man. Ooh, or in a gospel church. All the big hats you see every Sunday. Yeah. Yep. You'll see them in all the pews, and you see all the colors going bloop, 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 bloop.
Praise him, Jesus. Praise him.
Yes,
Not trying to mock. Literally, that's just the culture here in the church culture.
It is.
Now imagine if y'all will, because I grew up Pentecostal, and those are the
I'm
speaking
sorry.
in tongues
I'm sorry.
and the rattlesnake handle. So imagine all those really old women with those hats just go, yes, praise him, Jesus, and seeing a flop, and then like seeing your grandma go and pick up a rattlesnake, look it in the face, and it'd be like, it's like, nah, I'm good on that.
Oh,
Have all
hell
of that.
no. Hell no.
Do they wear the big hats in Pentecostal churches?
Yes.
it's the South. Yes, ma'am.
In
Well,
the
I'm in
South.
the South too, but I didn't think in the Pentecostal. I thought they were just wearing like they had to get ready to fight the snake, so they were in fighting clothes, not necessarily.
No.
They
They
double
wear their
as a
everyday
basket.
outfit. They wear their everyday outfit. If you are a faithful person, you're not gonna get bit, and for the unfaithful, we have antivenom.
Oh, I know.
That's their mentality. They'll go yoke that bad boy. They'll go yoke that bad boy up in their everyday clothes. I tell you what.
That is.
Now obviously not every Pentecostal church does that.
Oh,
Not every
they don't. I
Pentecostal
thought
church
that was
teaches
like the
them.
way we take the collection plate. That's what y'all do. Everybody had to go pick up a snake. That's not that.
If you don't give at least $1 to the church, you gotta go handle. You gotta go dig your hand in the snake box.
What? Like, how is it just like a ritual thing, like a special occasion? It's not an every Sunday thing?
There's two competing theories. Because Pentecostal, from my understanding, historically, it's a New World Christian denomination. And the first theory, let me get the first theory out of the way. It goes with removing the snake from the garden, removing the serpent from the garden, or removing the serpent from your life and not fearing the serpent, right? Showing devotion to God. And the other competing theory is, in what I was always told, is when during the frontier wars of colonialization, during the like colonial period and all the way up to the Old West period, is one of the things that Native Americans would do to strike back at the Christians, specifically the Pentecostals, is they would get a bunch of venomous snakes, water moccasins, your various rattlesnakes, copperheads, that sort of thing, and they would go and put them in the churches, and like the only way to hold service was to just go in, sit down, and remove them as they crawl near you, or go in and just go grab them and get rid of them.
Oh yeah, moccasins are big time in the South, especially around swampy areas.
Oh my
God!
I can't.
And that's usually the little backwoods Pentecostal places. Mhm.
Those are the competing theories to why Pentecostals pick up rattlesnakes and look them in the face, like look at them like I ain't scared of you, Satan. I'll be like, and it's crazy because they'll just be scaring the shit out of these snakes, shaking them around, speaking in tongues, and these damn snakes will just be like, all right, look, I'm chill, bro, I'm chill. I ain't gonna bite you. Don't hurt me. All right. You crazy as hell. Like they just be big chilling. And like some people think that they have the fangs removed on these. No, no. These are wild animals that they just go and
They
catch
will
for these
go
things.
fetch them fresh in the morning for the service, no doubt.
Like in Oklahoma in the Pentecostal churches, like the way like they literally have a rattlesnake festival in Oklahoma where Pentecostals will participate in that and catch fucking rattlesnakes the size of your like
We have.
no, bro.
I thought that was the rattlesnake rodeo. I didn't realize that was the Pentecostal thing.
It's not just a Pentecostal thing, but they'll do their own weird participation in it with their church type deal. Like it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, my family up there in Kentucky, Pentecostal. So,
Alrighty, well,
yeah. I stay down south.
I cannot do it. No, ma'am. All right. So now Job's going to reply in chapter 12. What does your thing say, Chuck?
It says, Job speaking to his friend, you have no wisdom. All wisdom comes from God.
Indeed. Who's going to go tell Paul that?
So this is from Sasquatch before we move on. Mark 16, 18.
Give it a look.
Yeah, signs will accompany those who believe, including the ability to pick up snakes with their hands and drink deadly poisons without harm, as well as laying hands on the sick for healing. Okay. Makes sense why Pentecostals would do that even more so. Oh man. Well, we can go ahead and get on with this chapter of Job.
Yeah, y'all got me freaked out about that.
She's looking for snakes right now.
Hey, Mike.
Like growing up in the country, I dealt with them enough. My cats brought them to me. I always vowed never, like, I'm out of here. I don't have to deal with this no more.
Well, it makes sense, right? If it says it in Mark, and then you have these historical events where they literally attack you with serpents, and it's like, well, if we're faithful, we will be able to get rid of them without being bitten. And if we are bitten, no weapon formed against us will prosper. Like they went out and removed them by hand. Mike, if you want to join Bible study, we're going to be going for another, let's say 20, 30 minutes.
Mike 23, what's up? All right. Chapter 12. Doubtless you are the only people who matter, and wisdom will die with you. But I have a mind as well as you, and I'm not inferior to you. Who does not know all things? I have become a laughingstock to my friends, though I called out to God and he answered. A mere laughingstock through righteousness and blamelessness. Those who are at ease have contempt for misfortune, as the fate of those whose feet are slipping. The tents of Madrerius are undisturbed, and those who provoke God are secure. Those God has in his hand. But ask the animals, and they will teach you, or the birds in the sky, and they will tell you, or speak to the earth, and it will teach you, or let the fish from the sea inform you. Which all of these does not know that the hand of the Lord has done this. In his hand is the life of every creature and the breath of all mankind. Does not the ear test words and the tongue itself test food? Is not wisdom found among the aged? Does not long knife bring understanding? Amen, Chuck, right?
Yep.
To God belong wisdom and power, counsel and understanding are his. What he tears down cannot be rebuilt, Those he imprisoned cannot be released. If he holds back the waters, there is a drought. If he lets them loose, they devastate the land. To him belongs strength and insight. Both deceived and deceiver are his. He leads rulers stripped away and makes fools of judges. He takes off shackles put up by kings and ties a loincloth around their waist. He leads priests away stripped and overthrows officials long established. He silences the lips of trusted advisors and takes away the discernment of elders. He pours contempt on nobles and disarms the mighty. He reveals the deep things of darkness and brings utter darkness into the light. He makes nations great and destroys them. He enlarges nations and despairs them. He deprives the leaders of the earth for no reason. He makes them wander in tactless waste. They grope in darkness with no light. He makes them staggered like drunkards. That's the end of that one. But yeah, he's right. That to God belongs, long life with wisdom.
I mean, I don't know about that. Some of these old folks nowadays just be.
Well, yeah, the one part there, he said he takes away the speech of the trusted, and he takes away the understanding of the aged. And I see a lot of that. OG was talking about this the other day, that the wisdom that used to be passed down from your elders to the, your grandma or your great grandmas or grandpas, that they passed down the generations. Youngins nowadays disregard what those with more they consider old people. They just write them off as being senile and don't know what they're talking about nowadays. I see that more and more.
Nowadays, they
But it's
are.
the boomers that did it. That
That's the problem.
generation just didn't want to
Nowadays,
pass down the
they are.
traditions.
Like I ain't trying to shit on you, Chuck, because you are right. You
Please
are right.
do.
The younger generations are arrogant and they disregard the wisdom that is tried to be passed down. But if you've ever talked to boomers about the economy and the housing market or anything, the shit they say is like the dumbest shit.
Yep.
They have no regards for these things.
I think we have a generation that doesn't have grandparents anymore. A lot of times these grandparents are, girl, I'm still going to get my groove on. I'm young. They're in their 40s. They're in their 50s. These 50-year-old women look young. They're still out there clubbing and running the streets. And unfortunately, we've taken away grandparents. And that does have that horrible effect. However, I belong to church. I've been going to church on a consistent basis since 2012. And I gotta tell you that every old person in church, like 90 years old, is still driving. My dad is 86 and he's still playing golf and driving and hanging out with his friends. From my personal experience, I can notice a difference in the elderly who are believers and faithful in church versus elderlies who are not and who are in isolation. It definitely does take a toll on their minds.
Because we are not Muslims. And I don't feel like studying the Quran. Somebody asked, why can't we have a Quran study?
Go to another channel and watch that if that's what you want.
Do you actually want a Quran study? Or are you just shit posting?
Were you Muslim for a while, OG?
Assalamu alaikum.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Alaikum salam. Bismillah ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah. Yes, Cynthia, I was.
I was trying to remember. Was it? Did you tell me? Well, did you tell a story of like your mom? Did your mom join the Muslim faith and then she stayed faithful?
No,
Even though she divorced the husband?
no,
Okay.
no,
You
no,
told me that.
no, no.
Oh, I think
No.
it was Kev. I think it was Kev.
Kev. That was
Yeah,
Kevin.
I think it was Kev. Yeah, okay.
Jesus was actually the prophet to Muhammad, is how Muslims view that. It's not that he was a Muslim.
He was Jewish.
Yeah, he was a rabbi. And why not expand your knowledge? I know about the Quran. I know about Islam.
Apparently, you're more expanded than he is because he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh, excuse me, sorry. What the fudge he's talking about?
In church?
Look, I thought about this and I prayed on it, right? While I do consider this church, I don't think, unless you're saying GD, I don't think cursing is bad. I think that cultural Christianity has, and this fake Christianity has got a stranglehold on our culture and this moralistic views. And I was thinking about this and something came to mind, right? And it's like, well, and I remember when I'd pray for somebody, I'd get in these arguments because people would interrupt our prayer and do it to be mean, and I would curse them out. Some of my friends would love that fire and that passion, while others who were from more wealthier families, more culturally Christian families, would look down on me. And then one day he was like, well, I talked to my grandma about you. And he's another person like me in the South whose grandmother's a preacher. And I'm like, was your grandmother also divorced 5 times before becoming a preacher? And he got hush mouth. I said, so what's bad about me saying, damn it, shut the hell up or shut the fuck up to people interrupting our prayer and our sermon? When, if that's a sin, how can you rectify that with, your grandmother becoming a preacher after also being divorced 5 times, like my grandmother, who is now a preacher? It's almost like this cultural Christian bullshit needs to be done away with, and we need to be practicing Christians again instead of cultural Christians.
You actually had people disrupting what was going on.
So when I was in Job Corps, I wasn't disliked, but there were some people from some sects of life that didn't like me. Typically the wanksters, the wannabe gangbangers, which is the actual gangbangers that had blood on their hands. Most of them liked me, funnily enough.
Yeah,
But,
because they've actually been through real shit, whereas the wanksters are just pretend wannabes.
All the shit starting mouth runners didn't like me because I would run my mouth back and I would actually engage in fighting them.
Oh.
And they didn't like that pushback, when most of the people that were just there because they didn't want to go to jail, or they genuinely wanted to trade, or they were just dumbass country boys, I was liked. And that's who I'd pray for. Like we had a prayer circle that was dumbass country boys, gangbangers, and like people that just wanted to learn. And after 3 days of these people doing that, and it's funny enough, a Muslim kid that did not like me because he thought very badly about me as a person actually stood with me and telling those wankster ass people to shut the hell up, because he respected the faith, he respected the faithful, and wanted people to be able to pray in peace and have these discussions in peace. So, like, while I don't like Islam for various reasons, I respect the faithful who are honest and who love God and who will stand with other people's prayers and other people's right to believe in God. Personally.
Well said, OG.
Yes.
You want us to continue, or do you want to stop here? What do you want to do?
I'm waiting. So I usually only these are usually only 2 hours, but let's try to make it to chapter 16. That way we do 8 chapter or 7 chapter. We can get to either chapter 14 or chapter 16. That way we do almost 7 chapters a day, because I was a little late getting in here. I think it was like 1:15 when I got in here.
Yeah.
Plus, we do
Plus,
a
I
lot
was
of time.
late. We boo-booed on the time, so we didn't
Yeah.
get that far today.
Yeah, so let's try to do that. Plus, I got to wait on mom to get back from the grocery store to help her before I can even go work on the car, and she's still grocery shopping. So I got a little bit of time. So once we get to chapter,
We're on 13 now. We're starting on 13.
And,
yeah,
and
we
Beth
can
is
get to
on her way.
chapter. We can finish chapter 15 and then do sidebar conversations till I have to go. If y'all want to,
Okay.
if y'all okay with that.
Beth is on her way. She'll be here soon too.
Oh, she will, because I wanted to talk to her about last night because I was there too, and I just wanted to give her
Yeah,
On
I'm.
her way.
insight.
I
right.
told her that everybody was curious about it, but we decided to wait till she was here to tell what happened to her. Because
Right.
only
Correct.
she
Correct.
really knows her. So
Okay.
so
What does yours say for number 13, Chuck?
Mine says, Job says, though God slay me, I will trust him. Oh God, please hear me.
Mm-hmm. All right. My eyes have seen all of this. Is still Job talking. My eyes have seen all of this. My ears have heard and understood it. What you know, I also know. I am not inferior to you, but I desire to speak to the Almighty and to argue my case with God. You, however, smear me with lies. You are worthless physicians, all of you. If only you would be altogether silent, dang. For you, that would be wisdom. Hear my argument. Listen to my pleas of my lips. Will you speak wickedly on God's behalf? Will you speak deceitfully for him? Will you show him partiality? Will you argue the case for God? Will it turn out well if he examined you? Could you deceive him as you might deceive a mortal? He would surely call you to account if you secretly showed partiality. Would not his splendors terrify you? Would not the dread of him fall on you? Your maxims are proverbs of ashes. Your defense are defenses of clay. Keep silent and let me speak. Then let come to me what may. Why do I put myself in jeopardy and take my life in my hands? Though he slay me, yet will I hope in him. I will surely defend my ways to his face. Indeed, this will turn out for my deliverance, for no godless person would dare come before him. Listen carefully to what I say. Let my words ring in your ears. Now that I have prepared my case, I know I will be vindicated. Can anyone bring charges against me? If so, I will be silent and die. Only grant me two things, God, and then I will not hide from you. Withdraw your hand from me and stop frightening me with your terrors. Then summons me and I will answer, or let me speak and you reply to me. How many wrongs and sins have I committed? Show me my offense and my sin. Why do you hide your face and consider me your enemy? Will you torment a wind-blown leaf? Will you chase after a dry chaff? For you wrote down bitter things against me and make me reap sins of my youth. You fasten my feet in shackles and you keep close watch over my paths by putting marks of soles on my feet. So man wastes away like something rotten, like a garment eaten by moths. Man,
I want answers. Please give me
yeah.
some answers.
I like how I was looking for the verse, but he's demanding to speak to God. And there's so many times, people like when I tell people, oh yeah, man, me and God, we had a fight, I cussed them out and everything. And they're like, oh, how could you do that? And it's like, God still wants me to come to him. Hi, Beth.
Hello.
Morning, afternoon, whatever the hell it is.
Afternoon. Did not get enough sleep. My kid woke me up because there's a possum in my bathroom heating vent.
Oh, my God.
We know it's for supper.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't mean to fall asleep either, though, but fuck, I'm tired.
No worries.
She needed the rest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Hi, OJ. Good to see you.
What's up, Beth? How you doing, Erlen?
I'm tired, my homie.
15 to
Wake
8.
up.
I know too. He said that in that reading, he told his friends, "Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
You got no more wisdom than I do. I need to speak to the man with the plan."
Right.
He
And
gave him
that's
the finger.
yeah, and that's why it's so important to go to God and because that go to the source. No, like that's why Jesus died, so that veil was pulled down and we could go to him. Like it's truly a blessing. In my Bible study, we were going over how this is a blessing. Don't forget this the Bible is banned in Somalia, in Afghanistan, in I've had
Really?
other written. Yeah, hang on, I'll pull them up. Let me find my
What is it? Fear of the words on the paper?
and then it makes me think, wow, what countries banned? Hang on. The Bible is banned in North Korea, Saudi Arabia, Afghanistan, Somalia, and Moldova. And it has heavy restrictions in China and other Islamic states. And in here, it's a blessing to read it, to do like we do. There are people in other countries that they would face jail time, if not death, for doing what we're doing now. I for sure would face death.
Oh, we're about to put the Bible back in Afghanistan.
Oh, man, I've been watching videos on life in Afghanistan, and I'm thinking, thank you, Lord, for making
Well, you know that air base, Bagram?
No.
The one that
It's a
got
huge,
taken over, the one that we left behind.
yes. Trump is talking about reclaiming that either by making a deal or by other means. He wants the air base back. Not trying to
This was
wind
the
it.
same. Yeah, sorry. This is the same one where we left the dogs at first, right?
We love dogs?
You didn't know about that?
Oh my God.
Man, they
Don't break
left.
my heart.
they-
Don't break my heart.
When we were pulling out, they left the canines and fucking ate the fucking military and a whole bunch of animal advocates went ape shit. In fact, there were a couple.
Let's get back to the Bible.
Back to the Bible. Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm sorry, my bad.
Oh my gosh. All right. What does yours say for verse 14, Chuck?
Job is speaking to God. He said, God, consider my frail human nature that I am.
Okay. Mortals born of women are of few days and full of trouble. Amen. They spring up like flowers and wither away. Like fleeting shadows, they do not endure. Do you fix your eyes on them? Will you bring them before your judgment, before you for judgment? Who can bring what is pure and in from the impure? No one. A person's days are determined. You have decreed the number of his month and have set limits he cannot exceed. So look away from him and let him alone till he puts in his time like a hired laborer. At least there is hope for a tree. If it is cut down, it will sprout again, or new shoots will not fail. Its roots may grow old in the ground and the stump die in the soil. Yet the scent of water, it will bud and put forth shoots like a plant. But a man dies and is laid low. He breathes his last breath and is no more. And the water of the lake dries up, or the riverbed becomes parched and dry. So he lies down and does not rise. Till the heavens are no more, people will not awake or be roused from their sleep. If only you would hide me in the grave and conceal me till your anger has passed. If only you would set me a time and then remember me. If someone dies, will they live again? All the days of my hard service, I will wait for my renewal to come. And my Bible says also, like, I will wait for my release as well as renewal to come. You will call and I will answer you. You will long for the creature your hands have made. Surely then you will count my steps, but not keep track of my sin. My offenses will be sealed in a bag. You will cover my sin. You will cover over my sin. But as mountain erodes and crumbles, as a rock is moved from its place, as water wears away stones, or torrents wash away the soil, so you destroy person's hope. So you destroy a person's hope. You overpower them once for all, or they are gone. You change their coordinates and send them away. If their children are honored, they do not know it. If their offspring are brought low, they do not see it. They feel pain of their own bodies and mourn only for themselves. That's the end of that chapter.
If anybody knows range, let me know. If you're not in the Discord, I'm not gonna let you up on panel, buddy.
I don't know range.
No offense. Join the Discord, and then I'll let you up.
I think it was interesting how in this chapter, how he's like, if give me my time, like tell me how long this is gonna last. For me, that is something I'm so like, just let me know how long is like, give me, is this gonna be a month? Is it gonna be this way for a year? Like, what is happening? Just let me know. But
what
we
kind
can't.
of statement was that foolishness in the back?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, that's why very few people actually get
decision.
banned.
Oh,
good decision, sir. Mhm.
did you want us to? Oh, did you want us to go to 15, or did you want us to stop here?
Oh, we can read one more. Let me go. I gotta go get Tucker. He's getting into something.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Bye, Tucker. Oh, Tucker.
Tucker.
The Timmer right.
Yeah, put me away until you're done beating me up.
Okay, so I was so it's gonna say Elzaphat is a
Yeah.
Timorite. So I looked them up, and they are they belong to the the land of Tidum in Edom, and descendants of Timron, the grandson of Esau. The Timorites were known for their wisdom and counsel, with Elzaphat being a prominent figure in the book of Job. So
he's like an elder.
yeah.
Counselor. I'm looking for the right word.
So the Hebrew word Turnham can mean south, aligning with the geographical location of Edom and the areas associated with the clan. So there in the region, the city Tatum was a region or city within Edom, a nation located on the southeast of the ancient land of Israel. And they're known to be wise. We were looking up because Elzaphat, like for me, what I've come to learn, if they tell you they're from the tribe of, or they're from the land, or they're from, I always look out where they're from, just so I can get in more context what is happening.
Oh yeah, Beth has really dug into a lot of that. A lot of times for me, her talk about things, she says, "Go look at these people. Go look at these people." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So yeah, she's
Oh no!
real
Well,
deep in her studies, very deep in her studies.
so what is the Timorites? Do you know much about the Timorites, Beth? Or am I even saying that right?
Temanite
Timonite.
is how it's spelled in my book. Temanite.
Now y'all know I dropped out of school in 9th grade.
Did you really?
Yeah, I moved. I had my first apartment at 15.
Holy crap!
So I had to pay rent. I couldn't go to school. It was work hours.
Let's go, young entrepreneurs.
All right. Then Elzaphat the Timonite replied, "Would a wise person answer with empty notions, or fill their belly with the hot east wind? Would they argue with useless words, with speeches that have no value?" Oh my gosh.
Politicians.
I was thinking of Paul. You have these speeches that have no value. But
Nah, that's Gilbert Godfrey, all right?
No. Okay. But you even undermine the pity and hinder the devotion to God. Your sin prompts your mouth. You adopt the tongue of the crafty. Your own mouth condemns you, not mine. Your own lips testify against you. Man, are you the first man ever born? Were you brought forth before the hills? Did you listen in on God's counsel? Do you have a monopoly on wisdom? What do you know that we do not know? What insights do you have that we do not have? The gray hair and the age are on our side, men even older than your father. Are God's condolations not enough for you? For words spoken gently to you? Why has your heart carried you away? And why does your eyes flash? So that you vent your rage against God and pour out such words from your mouth. What are mortals that they can be pure, or those born of women that they can be righteous? If God places no trust in his holy ones, if even in heavens are not pure in his eyes, how much less mortals who are vile and corrupt will drink up evil like water? Listen to me, and I will explain to you. Let me tell you what I have seen. What the wise have declared, hiding nothing received from their ancestors, to whom alone the land was given, when no foreigners moved among them. All his days the wicked man suffers torment, and the ruthless man through all the years stored up for him. Terrifying sounds fill his ears when all seems well and murders attack him. He despairs of escaping the realm of darkness. He is marked for the sword. He wanders about for food like a vulture. He knows the day of darkness is at hand. Distress and anguish fill him with terror. Troubles overwhelm him like a king poised to attack, because he shakes his fist at God and vaults himself against the Almighty, definitely charging against him with a thick, strong shield. Though his face is covered with fat and his waist bulges with flesh, he will inhabit ruined towns and houses where no one lives. Houses crumble to rumble. He will no longer be rich, and his wealth will not endure, nor will his possessions spread over the land. He will not escape the darkness. A flame will weather his chute, and the breath of God's mouth will carry him away. Let him not deceive himself by trusting in what is worthless, for he will get nothing in return. But his time will be wealthier, and his branches will not flourish. He will be like a vine stripped in the unripe grapes, like an olive tree shedding its blossoms. For the company of the godless will be barren, and the fire will consume the tents to those who love bribes. They conceive trouble and give birth to evil. those wound fascist deceit. That's the end of that. Man, he didn't think much of Job, huh?
That's your
Well,
homie telling you how you really feel.
Right?
Yeah, you a piece of shit and you deserve every. You know what? You get. Yeah, you know what? God took it from you. I'm gonna take your life. Face the wall. Like, that's crazy.
Man, he was calling him an evil and everything.
Well, my sub caption for that chapter was Eliphaz is telling Job, "You are speaking sinfully, and for wicked people's wicked people live tortured lives." So he was trying to tell Job, "Hey, dude, you're doing this wrong."
Yeah.
You got the reverse course here. Who are you to forsake God?
Oh, are we stopped? Yeah.
Yeah, we were at 16.
All right. 2 o'clock.
Darling, I heard something happen, and I am very curious as to what happened.
Okay, is church over?
I don't. Real quick, I threw some info in the back chat here about the Temanites.
Oh, thank you.
There's a bit more to that.
Told y'all.
What about them?
They were okay. This one. So apparently they were like violent against the Israelites. What else here? They're referred to as being vindictive.
Yeah, he sounded that way.
Yeah, it was a quote unquote divine rebuking, from what I'm seeing. But yeah, so that was the big issue, was they were in the south and they were constantly attacking the Hebrew Israelites in the north, and they are descendants from Esau's firstborn. So,
well, you know what? Got to have that southern nepotism. They're all right in my book.
Okay, so yeah, there's that. I know Cynthia was wondering, so I was looking it up real quick. So, dude, last night I have no idea why it even got to that. Like, that whole thing happened well over when the conversation first happened. I immediately talked to Dusty and Katie about it, because I was like, "Yo, look," because I was fucking shocked that 10th Man had her on so soon. I wasn't expecting it, and when I was going in, he hit me up and was like, "Look, I want to keep her there. I want her talking. So be nice." And I was like, "Okay, no problem." I freaking followed his lead right along through it. I wasn't going after Dusty. I never take any side against Dusty. I don't understand why he's taking it that way now. And it was really interesting because I was looking up timestamp. I was looking up, I was going through it. And at one point, even Lindsay says that 10th Man got a hold of her and gave her instructions on how to talk and behave for the stream.
Oh.
So I'm really, really confused. I don't know, dude.
I can speak from experience. I've had an interaction similar to Flow State. There are times that he gets in those moods, and for whatever reason, he picks someone, and he's a dog. But the next day, he's fine again. Like, it's never never anything personal with him. He's just being a flow state in that moment. So I really hope you don't take it personal or take it any type of way. And I just really wanted to convey that to you.
I sent him a message and I was just like, "Yo, look, because that was the thing, was the only thing he and I were disagreeing on was like why it happened to begin with." And it's like, look, no, it was because he was like, "You were being self-indulgent." And it was like, actually, no, like I had never even spoken to her before. So I was kind of feeling her out and trying to get a read on, because I hear the stories, but I've never actually interacted with her, And I knew she was full of shit, and I said that. I even said it like immediately afterwards. It was like, yo, it's kind of funny that, you know, I'm 10 plus years younger than her, having to give her the, you know, giving her this advice. And it's not like I expected her to take any of it. I just wanted to point out that, hey, this is still something that you control. All you need to do is shut your mouth, drop it, and act like an adult. Which I found the timestamps for that too. But like I text Dusty and I was like, look, here's timestamps. You stopped it literally 3 minutes too early. Had you let it go, you would have heard me tell her she needs to grow the fuck up and knock it off. I'm not, and I told him I'm sorry for whatever way you feel about it. I'm not against you. I never have been, never would be. I've never said anything good about you. So, yeah, I'm sorry for whatever fucking went up your ass sideways. I'm sorry.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
I straight up was like, I'm sorry. I'm the asshole. And then I just told him outright, I refuse to fight with you. So, not the one. Like, at first I thought we were fucking joking and it was funny. That's why, like, I literally said, the only W I'm taking tonight is the joy of you still looking for that clip. Because I thought I was being playful with it. I was not expecting it to go that way.
Oh, he was going for the jugular vein.
Oh, he sure the fuck did. He sure the fuck did. And it was like, it caught me off guard completely because
he was like, oh, gee, he felt the pulse of the carotid artery in the neck.
He knew like when that conversation took place, I literally immediately
What's up, Shadow Buddha?
Went to them and said, hey, like I sent Kate, like I was like, yo, like Katie and I even had a conversation about it. So it's like, look, I don't know, guys.
That woman has done more harm.
Man, she's got the Lindsay effect.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, Flo's mad at you for talking to Lindsay. Like, what?
No, because so Lindsay was telling her story, okay, her version of things, right? But this is the thing, she wouldn't say Dusty's name.
How long ago was this?
Over a month ago.
About a month ago.
It was over a month ago.
Over a month?
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah. I went and freaking found yeah, right?
Because, see, I hadn't seen that particular episode, so I didn't even know that had happened.
You were there because
I was there.
I was reading the transcript because she starts dogging on you. And then she, like, immediately afterwards, she's like, no, Chuck, it's not like that. I mean, I'm not trying to say like you did something really bad or anything. And like she started backpedaling, right?
Oh.
And so she was telling her story, and I literally was like, look, what you're talking about happens to everyone. It happened to me. It's happened to this person. It's happened to fucking everybody. Why did you expect to be something special? Like, dude, it's the fucking internet.
Why did it come up again if it was over a month ago?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Shit. I'm trying to remember now.
I have no clue. Her name got somehow she got brought up and I started laughing. I was like, oh no, because it was asked if that was who we were talking about. I was like, no, that woman hates me. And she does, like, because I was really nice to her during that. Okay. And it's like, here's the thing. Look, I can be nice to people that are not my friends or even that I do not like. It can be.
I gotta go help get groceries in. I got more questions when I get back, and then I gotta bounce.
Okay.
And go work. Y'all hold it down.
Yeah, we good.
Yes,
yeah, we got it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, sorry. Shadow Buddha thing. Yeah.
I don't even remember how it came up, but it went sideways fast.
Yeah, and that was the thing was like, you remember, like, you asked him if he needed a candy bar, and I was like, no, dude. I even said to you, no, we're not fighting. because I genuinely
No,
thought
I could tell. I could
thought it was a
tell by
fucking
his.
joke.
I could tell by his temperament. That's why I said, Floaty, you need something to eat. You need a candy bar a couple of times.
Yeah,
So-
Chuck probably recognized something else in him that was fixing to go.
Well,
Well, the first time Chuck said it, like,
Cynthia knows it too. He'll get hangry and not even realize it.
I know that too. But like the first time you said it, I genuinely thought that the whole thing was a joke, and he was just, doing that.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know,
dig.
not playful aggressive, but kind of like that. Because again, we talked about this way back when it happened. And I
Yeah.
told them even then, I was like, look, I was just trying to be nice and keep the peace. And I didn't want her to see me as a threat. I didn't, and it's like, dude, if that's the case, then it shuts me down. I mean, look what happened afterwards. When she and I went rounds on Glenn, now ever since, she will not talk to me. She does nothing but fucking freak out every time she gets on a panel that I'm on. Or
That's
if I get on a
Lindsay that
panel.
does this. Lindsay
Huh?
is the one that behaves that way.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I was wanting to make sure that's the
Lindsay,
name in
she
question.
bugs out. She does not want me to say a single word in her direction. And it's actually funny. But that's the thing, people, is like, look, you can be nice to people that you don't necessarily like. And it's a matter of, it's kind of like manners, right? That's the way I see
That's
it.
the whole bless your heart.
Yeah. It's like, look, she wanted to spin her little narrative, and I knew damn well if I tried to fucking correct her, she would just shut down and run. And 10th Man wanted her to stay there and talk. So instead, I just used her own narrative, trying to tell her, you're still dumb. I don't get why you're fucking, and that, I don't know. Because I was just, like I said, even in that conversation, I was trying to fucking navigate how to deal with her and 10th Man. And then last night, like, I missed her saying that during the conversation when she said 10th Man gave her instructions.
Yeah, I didn't know
What to
that.
say. I got the timestamp. I got the fucking timestamp for it.
Damn.
So, because I told you guys last night, I said, no, like 10th Man said, she's coming up. I want to keep her talking. I want her to stay here. Be nice. So that's what I was doing. And then, like, all of a sudden, she chimes in going, 10th Man texted me. He told me to come to the panel. And I followed his instructions with how I've talked to him. And I'm like, listening to it last night, like, oh my God. So there, look, see, she fucking got instructions too. This wasn't just me, guys. I don't know. Hi, David Wayne. Good to see you. David, for some odd reason, I feel like David Wayne would be the one to help me with this heating vent issue right now. I don't know why. I just feel like
What type of a heating vent issue? My husband is the king of HVAC, I swear.
Oh, so he gonna come get the possum out for me?
Oh, the possum. Oh, okay, never mind. Oh, hell no.
You ever battled with a pissed off possum? Oh,
Oh, they're nasty.
they're like giant rats when they get mad.
Yeah.
They start hissing and gnarling at you with them teeth.
It's because they're scared to death.
Oh,
They're
my
not
ass.
vicious. They act vicious to protect
I had
themselves
to beat
because there ain't
one.
nothing tough about them.
No. Listen, I had the biggest possum I've ever seen in my fucking life attacked my rooster. Okay. At one of my roosters. And I fucking literally fell in the creek running over to save the poor guy. Fucking this thing, I'm like, possums are good and I don't want to kill it.
Possums usually only attack dead things. That's surprising.
Well, they eat mostly insects like grubs and ticks and things of that sort.
Yeah, no. It fucking attacked one of my roosters. Okay.
There must have been babies around.
It fucking took one of his feet.
Yeah,
Okay,
there
my
mu-
poor rooster ended up with 1 foot after this
That's
incident.
not
There-
normal possum
No,
behavior.
this
well,
let me
only if there are babies around
listen.
will they do that.
This is how fucking hellbent this thing was. Okay, so it went after my live possum, taking off his fucking leg. I come over with a shovel and I tried to gently kind of push it back and get it to go away. It charged at him again. So I teed up with that shovel and hit it on its side, and it ran like 10 feet away, looped around, and charged right at us fucking again. And I had to fucking beat this thing with a shovel and try it while I'm trying to stuff
That sounds like either
Yeah, it
there
sounds
was
like
babies around or it had rabies.
possums can't get rabies. Their body temperature
Well,
is
they can get
Okay.
other things that will cause a rabid type of behavior, as in like a manic behavior. If they get poisoned, it can it can scramble their brain.
And I do know if they got a litter, if they're a mama with a litter, they will become highly aggressive
well,
to protect the litter.
I didn't kill it. I fucking beat the I wailed it pretty good the last time because it was fucking charging at me as I'm like picking up in my poor damn rooster. But it didn't kill it. It walked away into the brush.
Well, I think if it had been a mama, you would have known because they're marsupials, and so they pouch their babies are in their pouch.
Yeah, no, it
But
definitely
that
was
just sounded
not.
like some kind of, and that's probably why it was so big because of what it was attacking and eating. And so, yeah, it sounds like something was wrong with that thing because that's not normal possum behavior at all. At least not our southern possums. I don't know about the northern possums. I don't know what y'all got going on up there.
I don't know what to. Do possums eat mice?
I've never seen or heard of that ever.
I'm gonna look this shit up because if they eat mice, maybe I won't bother with them. I live in farm country, okay?
Their
Possums can
favorite
get rabies.
bloodworms and ticks. They
Oh,
love
they
ticks.
can?
Yes. It's very, very rare, but they can. And when they do, they become aggressive. They will start attacking things, from what I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm seeing that. Well, I mean, like that's the thing too, is when I was looking at it, because I was up close to this damn thing. Like I was looking to see, like, do you have milk bags? Are you pregnant? What the fuck is up with you?
It's not like it was, might have been rabies. Because normally a possum won't attack.
Oh shit! Look at that. Possums they are a natural form of pest control. I'm gonna leave him the fuck alone.
Just put up a little metal fence that he can't get through, just like some mesh.
Oh no.
where he-
The heating vents have the metal fucking grates
Vent.
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as
My
long as he
son-
can't get to your babies.
My son woke me up going, Mom, there's something big in the heating vent. I got a video of it sticking its nose up looking at me. We're looking at it and it's like, that's what the fuck? That is really big. Oh my God.
It's a rat. A big rat. I know how those New York rats are. They're big.
Where I am, I'm in farm country, man.
Yeah.
I'm just messing with you.
That's the nice thing though, is that it's like I've never actually had mice or rats inside my house. They'll go in my crawl space and they fucking chewed. Well, it was squirrels that chewed their way into my heating ducts. I fucking eliminated those motherfuckers.
Well, did you say it got cold the other night?
Yeah, it's been pretty chilly up here.
That might have been what it was doing, seeking that heat.
So
I'm not even admitting it, but
I'm back. I got a couple questions.
We just
Sure.
talking possum.
All right.
I'm back too, guys.
So what was the overall issue about it? It was about Lindsay, right?
So this came down to, yeah, I don't totally get it. Okay, I agreed with him on everything except for the motivation behind why I was freaking essentially just, I hate to say coddling, but why I was coddling her. And the thing was, like I said,
Well, let me ask this before we go any further. Why
Sure.
were you or anyone who's not Dusty and Lindsay even involved in it? What was the reason you got involved?
10th man brought her on, and he wanted me to participate in the conversation. He wanted to make sure that she didn't feel attacked and that she felt safe. And he had told Dusty beforehand, like the night before, he was like, listen, Lindsay's been reaching out to me, and I wanted to talk to you. And Dusty was like, dude, do whatever, I don't care. And he was like, y'all, he was like, listen, nobody, my enemies do not have to be your enemies, and you guys do not have to fight my battles for me. Okay. And it's like, okay. So freaking, if 10th man said that night that he was going to have her on the next day, I missed it, plain and simple, because I was caught off guard the next day when he
Well,
was
yeah,
like,
because he even told you on the stream. He said, "Hey, I'm going to bring her up. Do you mind?"
yeah. And I was kind of like, and that was the thing, was because he was messaging me and he told me, listen, I want to keep her here. I want her to keep talking. Be nice. And it's like, okay. I thought he was setting something up. So I was just playing along. I was following his lead because I was expecting that he was setting something up after the conversations that I've heard them have about her. You know what I'm saying? And so I was just kind of like stuck there, and he had been like, if another woman there, can maybe make her feel better and shit. And it's like, oh yeah, whatever. I don't give a shit. So yeah, 10th man set it all up. And there's actually a timestamp later on in the conversation, OG, where Lindsay says that 10th man reached out to her, told her to come to the stream, and I'm quoting her here, gave her instructions. And I'm not quite sure how she continued the sentence, but it had to do with how she was like, I followed his instructions with how I talked to him, and I'm behaving and all of that. And so she clearly received similar instructions from 10th man for some weird reason. I don't know. So
Maybe because Lindsay has doxed Flo's phone number, and those instructions were do not dox whatsoever. And what she can and can't talk about.
Possibly. I have no idea, and that was the thing, was like the whole time in the conversation, she, like, it wasn't till the very end that she started using Dusty's name. She was very vague before that. She even brought up conversations about Chuck and other people. Okay.
Oh, she didn't hesitate there, did she?
No, she absolutely used your name. So I pretty much was like, look, everything you're saying, no matter who it is, right? This happens to everybody. So why would you be so stupid to, put yourself in that situation to begin with? And and I was like, I'm not hating on it, because shit, even I fucking have screwed up and ended up in a situation where my information got doxxed. Not nudes, but information. And really, in all actuality, I mean, I don't think she doxed her own nudes, right? I know Flo didn't do it.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I know Flo didn't do it, and he did nothing wrong to her. I'm absolutely with him on this. I have been since I freaking heard the story, saw the receipts. Okay. So I don't know. Yeah, at one point, OG, he literally said like he wanted to know, like the big contention was a matter of why he was like, so you need to explain why he said it. He figured I was doing it for self-indulgence. And I was like, whoa, no, no, no.
I'm gonna be real.
Yeah.
So far, that's what it sounds like.
What does that mean for self-indulgence?
Like just doing it for yourself, being viewed for yourself, like not really having a purpose in being there, and just doing it because you want to, for your own gratification.
you asked to be there?
I wasn't getting any kind of gratification out of this. I was asked to be there.
By who?
10th man.
Okay, so why is Flo angry? What did he say to you?
Because he was like, he felt that it was self-indulgence, and I was like, wait, no, look, oh my,
The savior complex, he called it.
yeah, it's like, yeah, no, look, freaking, I wasn't
why was
getting anything out of this.
You got to understand, Flo doesn't want anybody to fight his battles for him or getting in his business.
Yeah,
and that's how Flo is, and like you may have not meant to have any savior complex or self-indulgent, and you may very well have been invited there by 10th, but it doesn't seem like there was really any purpose for you to be there other than to make her comfortable.
Yeah, I was already there. I was
Yeah,
already
she
there.
was there first talking to 10th.
Yep.
Yeah, I was there first.
Well, like most things that go wrong, never mind, I can say that. I think there's a common denominator in the problems in YouTube right now, and it ain't Lindsay.
What?
Well,
Lindsay, no, it is Lindsay. Lindsay last week was just talking shit about Chuck and Flo. It's Lindsay. She's not
does it all
gonna
the
let this
time.
go.
She's
Okay,
still
there's two common denominators in YouTube. The problems that are going wrong.
Speaketh.
But
What are these common denominators, sir?
Okay, since we're talking about 10th man, I had another run-in with him this morning. On Flo.
Yeah. Where? And what happened?
I got you. Hold on. Let me
real quick, just for anybody who didn't hear it before, I messaged Flo because the conversation moved on and I wasn't going to interrupt it. I messaged him and was like, dude, look, here's these timestamps. I am sorry. I'll be the asshole here. No problem. I'm a fucking retarded asshole. My bad. I am so sorry. I was never against you. So, dude, like seriously, my bad. This wasn't something like that. Like, I was literally already there.
Yeah, my shit's getting drug again too. I've noticed.
I don't really see any issues myself. It ain't my drama. I don't care. The viewpoints that other people have with each other are their own. From an outside perspective, looking in from what I've heard so far, and Beth, this is nothing against you.
No problem. No, I can take it.
It just means mind your business. Don't get involved even when other people invite you. If you know there's gonna be people that you fuck with and they're gonna be talking about those certain topics. And if you are, be prepared to have whatever fallout happens. I just state my opinion. If people don't like me for stating my opinion, it is what it is. I'm open and honest about my opinion.
And stay away from Flo if he's hungry. Stay away from him.
Well, if Flo's getting hangry, just like, I love you, Unc. See you.
Dip.
Well, the thing is, too, I mean, like, he sure as hell wasn't. I mean, he was pretty happy when I had the back and forth with her at Glenn's. And like,
hold on 1 second, Beth. Hold on 1 second. Yes. I for somehow by some mysticism, I got a random screenshot grab. You know how I do the random screenshot grabs of people? There was an epic photo, an epic stance of you standing in front of a fucking dead end sign. Let me see if I can find it.
It is quite epic.
We'll get right back to it.
Do you want me to finish what I was saying while you're looking?
Yeah, go ahead.
So like, yeah, he was like he had said last night. He was like, oh, what, like making a titty joke from the chat and talking about the Glenn Lawrence thing, and it was like, no, I was up there with her for over a half an hour, fucking, and I had her up on the ropes. Everybody was they were still talking about it in the chat last night. He even covered that, and so I don't know, but I don't really, you know, whatever. It's no problem. Stay out of it. Trust me.
Trust me.
That's kind of my mentality. If it ain't your shit, don't go into it, because like, and I get where Flo comes from for saying this. Like, you can do more damage to a situation trying to defend somebody than you can do if you just keep your tongue in park and don't get involved. Right. And I'm not trying to turn on you or say you're a bad person or anything.
You got,
don't take it like that.
you got baited, Beth. That whole situation.
Pretty much.
Well, yeah, it's all good. I get where he's coming from. I already apologized to him. So I mean, like, seriously, it's not.
Then why the hell did y'all bring? Not you, Beth, but why the hell did y'all bring it up over here if she already said it?
Well, we didn't know that.
Well, it wasn't.
You weren't here. You weren't here, Miss Cynthia. You ain't a part
It
of that.
wasn't settled when I left.
Yeah, they didn't know that I had messaged him and apologized, because what happened was I was like, I will go find these timestamps, and I was reading through I had to get the transcript, and I was reading through it, trying to find the areas, and freaking the conversation moved on with other people, and I wasn't gonna be rude.
Those were people sent over by Jess White
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
because of you.
what's going on with you and Jess?
I don't know, but
stand her
Jess
either.
wanted a piece of her, I think.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Yo,
Jess-
Jess has been freaking coming at me for a while, and seriously, I didn't do anything to her, so I don't know why she's so fucking angry at me, but she's been coming at me. And last night, I absolutely did. I fucking snapped at her and was like, "I'm right here. Come fucking say that shit." And somebody
You don't
even
have
paid.
to do anything to these people, bro. These internet narcissist people just be like, "I'm in my feelings. Let me fight somebody. Come here, motherfucker."
Somebody even paid.
You be like, "Sir, back the fuck up." They were like, "Oh, you a bitch? Yeah, but I'll be alive, motherfucker. How about that?"
Yeah, OG, she showed her colors last night because somebody paid for a 1v1, me and her, and everybody wanted that shit, and she was like, "Oh, I can't
I'm
right
tending
now."
to my kids. I'm tending to my kids.
Yeah, bullshit.
I can't.
You're
find
tending to your kids, but you got enough time to write that shit in the chat.
Right, and she kept writing after that too.
What show was you on, OG, that you and Tiffman got into it this morning?
I went on Flows this morning, and apparently to 10th Man,
Are you
I
gonna
only
pull
went
it
up
up?
there to show my friends that I wasn't scared of him. Bitch, I ain't scared of you anyway.
Are
I
you
ain't got to show
gonna pull it up?
nobody nothing. Flo and Sasquatch are like older brothers and uncles to me. Like, after that show ended, I stayed back there joking around with them and talking to them on unrelated notes, by the way. We wasn't talking shit on 10th Man or anybody. We were we were talking shit on somebody. It was Paul, because I was talking about how he sounded like Gilbert Godfrey, and he was bringing up a dinner where he was arguing with his dad. And because I'm a lot younger than all of y'all old ass boomers, but still old myself for a young man.
Yeah.
This is what I was telling Flo that immediately come to my mind whenever Paul was talking about I was thinking about the Fairly Odd Parents cartoon, and like this exact fucking scene kept playing in my head when Paul kept talking to his dad, and his dad kept mentioning a dentist.
Enjoy the tooth-rotting goodness. And holy your gums in no time. You're the reason I don't have any friends.
Oh my
Like,
God.
that reminded me of Paul and his dad. So like, I was just joking around with Sasquatch talking about that. So I don't get it. 10th man was still mad at me over this. I don't take it to screenshot and shit unless I'm dealing with somebody like 10th man.
Yeah, I've learned a lesson.
He asked me, he said, come talk on his panel today. And I said, no, I told you I'm cool. I don't want anything to do with you. Sometimes people just part ways, 10th. I wish you the best. 10th, that's not how it works. Not watching chat no more. I'm like, okay, well, that's exactly how it works. Because I know 10th man, he couldn't help but to see the reply, even if he didn't react to it.
See, I left Flo's about 4 or 5 this morning because my headset ran out of juice. So I ended up bailing. I didn't realize how much longer Flo went on.
Yeah, he did a full 12-hour stream. I'm not just gonna take Flo's side, obviously, on anything.
Right.
But shit just ain't my business. Flo's not a bad person that needs to be called out.
Yeah, no.
So like
nobody was doing that.
Yeah.
No, like I'm just saying I don't have an opinion on this particular matter or any other known matter about Flo. Like, I'm not gonna ball ride, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, he's a bad person, because like everybody does their own shit.
Yeah. Yep. Yo, I am not mad at Flo. I got no beef with Flo. I told him in the message I sent him, I refuse to fight with you because I respect you and I consider you a friend. So, dude, I'm really sorry. And
yeah, I wasn't trying to make no shit out of it. It was unexpected. It caught me off guard.
It caught me too. I was fucking stunned into where I didn't know what the fuck to say.
Yeah, you I'll agree with that. You were fishing for any words to say.
I didn't save it to my computer. I saved it to a Discord. But yeah, no, you should definitely make this into a profile pic, that David Dwayne.
Hell yeah, that is epic, sir. Very epic.
Like, you be like, if somebody talks shit, be like, dead end, motherfucker.
I love it.
I guess, yeah, it was like the 10-hour mark, I think, when I left.
I couldn't read and listen at the same time, so I had the stream turned down and was reading. I got up to take the dog out. I came back in and was out of StreamYard and was like, fine, that's fine, whatever, I don't care.
I don't think I'm not going to say anything.
But like, I don't know. From an outsider looking in, Beth, just from now on, you got baited into something that was none of your business, and then a month or so later, you got a good talking to about it, and maybe it was harsher than it should have been, maybe not.
It is what it is.
I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. I don't think Flo really cares that much. I can't speak for him, but I didn't watch it.
I'm not worried about it.
If he cared, I'm pretty sure he would have just put you on a bounty list. I'd be like, get off my show, bitch. Yeah.
Next time you shame her till she strips.
Yes.
And see, yeah, and that's exactly how I saw it. It's like, he didn't put me off a StreamYard. He didn't put me on a bounty list. And even still, like I said, I sent him a message and was like, yo, look, here's these timestamps. And I straight up just full out apologized to him for anything and everything and told him outright, dude.
Was 10th calling you out this morning, OG?
Yeah, we didn't see the 10th thing. You were gonna pull it up.
I don't know. I didn't watch his stream. I did pull it up. I pulled it up and read it off.
Oh, I thought y'all were.
I don't watch that Negro stream.
No.
On Flo's.
I'm confused.
They're talking about on Flow State. Did he?
Oh no. Apparently, people message, because you know it's YouTube. People are gonna message you whenever somebody mentions your name, whether they like you or they want drama.
Right.
Yeah. Apparently, he said I only went up to Dusty's because I wanted to show my friends I'm not scared of him. It's like, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of no man but God.
Yeah.
Hey, first off, the 45 are these fists. Not me.
I misunderstood you. I thought you and 10th had word on.
No, he wanted me to go to his show. I guess he want to fuck or something. I don't know, but I don't roll that way.
It kind of seems that way.
I will say this. I will say this, and then I'll move on from 10th because I don't just badmouth people I don't let up on my show because that's bitch-made behavior. I have dealt with this type of behavior from bratty girls, and I'm just like, you know what, bitch? You too much to deal with. You don't bring me any peace. Your head ain't good, and you ain't got no money. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. And then I have to
Okay,
pick
so
them
what?
up and take them to the road.
What's
And
the
then they act
second
all
common
crazy.
denominator you was talking? You said there's 2 common denominators. One with 10 and who the other? Or what's
Lindsay.
the other? Ah,
I was talking about 10th being the common denominator of shit getting started because of the shit with Beth. Being all he invited her, but apparently Miss Cynthia was like, hell no, Orthodox guy. Look here, motherfucker. Lindsay a bitch too, all right? You better watch your fucking mouth.
But yeah.
Right? Tell the truth. Tell the truth right here, motherfucker. People get shot in this.
What do you think it is with that
Mutual
situation?
vigilance.
I'm talking about.
I think all three of y'all, Beth, I'm talking to you. I think all three of y'all were trying to be Machiavellian geniuses, trying to help. Well, 2 of y'all was trying to help Flo out. One was trying to use people close to him, and like, I think it turned out the way it turned out because Flo don't want people to fight his battles, and whatever dissuades you from trying to fight his battles, trying to get in his business, he's gonna say. And he probably gonna talk me if he watches this. He probably gonna like, Orthodox guy, look here, motherfucker. Don't fight my battles and speak for me. But then I'll be like, all right, bet.
I'm just trying to figure out her angle. I'm so befuddled.
She just wants to badmouth Flo. And anybody close to Flo that will let her, she's going. There's a reason she didn't come over here. Because I was gonna press her. And it ain't got nothing to do with Flo. I like the truth more than I like friendship. All right?
You can't argue with the truth.
But she told me all I needed to know when I invited her to give her side, not be interrupted, not be disrespected. I would have even turned the chat off in StreamYard. To get to like so she felt comfy and safe. But she told me all I needed to know when she started saying I'm untrustworthy, I'm this, that, I'm that, because I wanted to stream what she was saying, or at minimum record it, so that she couldn't go and say I said I'm lying, I said something else, and she wigged the fuck out, said I was untrustworthy. And I'm like, nah, bitch, you just a liar.
That's the mirror you're looking at, darling. Not me. Go tell
That's why she wouldn't do it, because you wanted to record it.
Yeah.
That says a lot.
No, that just lets me know that you're lying. Like, that's the thing. 9 times out of 10, I do not record anything behind the scenes, show anything behind the scenes, or screenshot anything behind the scenes. Unless I'm dealing with particular individuals that have shown that they will lie on me or that they will try to fuck me over by any means necessary. Everybody's seen with the 2 sets of fucking screenshots in the back chat. I told 10th man, I'm cool with you, bro. I just don't fuck with you. I don't want you in my community. I don't want you on my streams. I will not come to your streams. Somebody sent me the link. Hold on. Somebody sent me the link. Let me see.
I was joking this morning and I said, I'm going to put on my banner, Canadian Free Zone.
I'm going to
like that. That's just how I fucking deal with shit. If you don't like me and I don't like you and you've shown to be a backstabber, I don't fuck with you. There is no amount of peace.
Exactly. And that's how I was raised, it's a matter of, look, I mean, yeah, if they're like screaming and cussing at you, then you can fucking, be a bitch back. But otherwise, no, have manners, be polite, and then walk the fuck away. and then you don't fucking say shit afterwards.
He came on and talked some of the Bible with us, but you disappeared. You dipped out. He was laying down some foundational knowledge on a motherfucker. All right.
Hey,
I always like
what,
talking. I always like talking to Ike.
what do you call that? The God damn
Are
it.
you talking about the meditation and whatnot?
BAN, yeah. BAN
Yeah,
theory.
Yeah, him talking Bible stuff tends to send me running in a different direction.
I or us?
Oh, no. Oh, 10th.
Oh, we were talking about Ike.
Oh, dude, I'm so tired right now.
Nothing.
I am so tired right now. I probably would have slept straight through till fucking midnight if
What
my
about
kid hadn't woke my ass up because there's a possum in the damn heating vent.
A little gasoline in the match, take care of that.
Along with her house?
Well, that's just a byproduct of getting rid of the possum.
No,
I got to.
That's just a casualty.
I got to get that homeowner's insurance going again first.
If y'all are interested, somebody sent me the link and I put it to where he said what he said about me.
Do it. Go for it. Let's go.
Well, show it to us.
Yeah, we team OG.
I mean, it ain't nothing. It's just dumb
Oh,
shit.
fuck OG.
That'll be $10 in the jar. my emotions that hurt.
It sounded gay too.
Get back. That is uneven. This found that Chilling with the Ombre is live. That was a scheduled. I don't even know where that happened. So just don't worry. I'll just put it in the chat. They're in the chat anyway. You guys head to 10th Man 36. I don't know. I'll have to go through YouTube.
Oh, you know what? You're right, because I looked at both of them and I chose the one with the earliest date, but that's already
okay.
passed. Ombre shouldn't even be there.
No, it's my fault. I don't even know how, because I don't see that on my side, but it's probably sitting there in the YouTube.
Don't you lie. You're a good
woman.
woman.
They know what's going on. Come here.
So Flo went to 10th.
That's a decent sized raid for this.
Yeah, he rated 10th Man this morning.
Gotcha.
And then they had technical difficulty. It was kind of retarded on 10th Man's
Gotcha. I'm feeling it.
I know. It's okay. I don't. Yeah, I see. Okay, let's just remove.
I agree. I like that. I will call it the emotions jar for now, but it's more so the narcissism jar. If you hurt my ego, $10.
Oh, fuck your ego.
the ego fund.
Please go ahead and put the link. Or no, here, let me get
back. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
I don't even know what the link is. I don't even know what it is. Just 1 second. I'm not in there with the other device.
All right, no problem.
This is my fault. Don't think that this is your fault at all.
Oh,
I'm
not blaming myself for it. I'm just saying. That's a bummer.
No,
though.
I'm retarded for. I run my channel like a homeless Coca-Cola addict, right? So addict.
Oh,
Well,
addict. Okay.
You guys can hear me? All those in there. Sorry. I don't know. Just stupid and lazy.
Yeah, we can't.
Yeah, no, I get it. Shit happens.
Yeah, drop that link and then I can.
Right, I gotta go get it.
Oh, you take your time. Take your time. Let me get a StreamYard's link out there because most people weren't on the panel, right?
Right.
So you might have caught some of my shows recently. I'm right back to the old me, but I'm trying to be nice.
I didn't know the old you, so that statement doesn't make a lot of sense.
that made me. That makes me laugh. You know.
Who are you? Yeah.
And Gabe did the same fucking thing too when he was doing that shit to Paul.
Yeah.
Well, people keep coming up and saying, "I know you from Dusty's." Like there was a guy yesterday, and he just wasn't getting it, and because he thought I was the guy I am on your show, where I'm the joke guy, right? I really come over there and start like getting really deep into stuff. We go on this stuff that like yesterday, this guy started either giving me his gay confession or something, and it was very, very uncomfortable.
So,
God.
did you fuck or what? How did that
We trolled him off the panel.
So I saw all I've seen of this is the little clip where he said what he said about me. Somebody screen recorded it and sent it to me. This is like the first time I'm seeing any of this.
That little
But
bit
this-
right there needs to be clipped badly.
I'll probably clip it since it's on stream. This is on my stream. But no, that shit. Hold up, I gotta do it to him. Hold up. Excuse me for 1 second.
It's just the way he asked. It's the way he asked him, "Did you fuck or what?" It's fucking hilarious.
Nah, bro. I had to screenshot Flo's face on that or on the way it's paused right here and looks. Next time I go, nobody tell Flo. But next time somebody says something egregious and I'm on his panel, I'm gonna be like, perfect.
Oh, it's bound to happen sooner rather than later.
As we're apt to do. Like I never got you to play because it's kind of TOS, and unless you edited it, you wouldn't want to put it on your show, right? But there was a guy a couple weeks ago where Joe Cool and I think Mr. and or I don't know, three of us besides me, and they turned right off the panel.
That's not what I would play.
I know.
Hey, where's Orthodox Guy? I got this.
He ain't gonna come here. He will not come here.
Oh, are you guys just at the Grift Nose Take? That's
Dude, I even hit a deeper button than fucking 10th Man, dude.
You hit the male G spot.
I sat
in his basement. I hit the G spot on Orthodox.
I have no idea what this guy is talking about at all.
Oh boy, tell us, what are you doing on the side job there? Yeah.
Well, no, like on the like when me and Sasquatch was chilling after Flowstow, this guy is like drunk as fuck.
Oh yeah, this is the guy that was at the end of the stream. Yes. He
So,
made
like,
no sense.
He was talking about he was Native American and trying to give me a spiel. I'm like, I have no sympathy for the red man. Silence. That's all I told him, and that's my only interaction with him today. I think he thinks I'm Sasquatch because him and Sasquatch got in an argument about nuclear power.
Well, here, then I'll just say right here.
I sat in his basement for over half an hour yesterday. He's like, "No, I want nothing to do with you." I'm like, "Whatever, bro."
Well, he came up on panel while you were already there, so that's a step in the right
He's
direction.
doing that to show that he's not scared of me for his friends.
Or he's cooling down, whatever. Anyway,
yeah.
You all
know, you're
will
his friend.
work the sand out of your vaginas.
Yeah, I just sit back and troll.
So I've got the share screen backstage, or would you prefer?
Oh, it's a share screen. Okay, look.
And Dusty came back into his studio to show me this clip that he made because like he wanted to show me on 10th Man's, but I just don't want anything to do with 10th Man. So that's the only reason I was even brought up by Dusty. And he's a fucking real one for that, with diffusing that shit talking that he was preparing to do. He's like, or he's just cooling off and like I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. It's like, or he just doesn't want to have anything to do with you on an individual basis. Like he's not gonna go to your show, he's not gonna let you on his type shit. I don't know if that's what Flo was thinking, but that's kind of what I mean. If you're somewhere that I hang out, I'm not just gonna not show up because you're there. I'm not a fucking woman. Like the fuck?
What?
I said Stony Brook facility.
See a therapist, yes.
There's no therapist at Stony Brook facility.
Of course there
It's a
is.
psych ward, you fuck
It's
nut.
not a psych ward. It was a referral.
The
It
guy's
was a referral.
insane. You
Yeah.
need to be in the psych ward. I'm
Oh,
taking
look at me.
you
Look
there
at
for your
look
birthday.
at you.
For
Look
your
at you.
birthday this
Look at
year,
you.
I'm taking you to Stony Brook for a
Okay,
therapist.
yeah.
I remember when that happened.
And then I never saw that. And then Flo hopped back, and then Sasquatch went over there, and then me and Flo talked for like 30 seconds, and I showed Flo the fucking thing, the clip that I showed y'all from Fairly Odd Parents. I'm like, that's where I told him like I'm younger than most of y'all, so I was still watching cartoons when y'all were grown up. So this is what Paul reminded me of, and that's when I showed the clip of Gilbert Godfrey as the dentist from Fairly Odd Parents, and Flo busted out laughing. And he's like, I don't see how many people didn't get that. Like, Paul sound just like Gilbert Godfrey.
Yeah, he did.
He comes by it naturally, though.
Oh
Because
man!
if you listen to his dad, it's like father, like son.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna text my friend and see if he's ready. If he is, I'm gonna bounce. If not, we can chill for a little bit.
All right, homie.
I came too late for the Bible study.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Anyway, how's everybody? How's everybody doing? How are you, Beth? Chuck, Cynthia,
I'm exhausted.
Tweety Bug? Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's all good.
How's everybody else? Chuck, how
In
you
pain. I'm in severe pain at the moment.
doing?
It's the weather change. Can't do nothing about it. You know, it's Mother Nature.
Yeah.
My body just doesn't like these abrupt changes. Oh, you know, good old arthritis. But hey, that's my problem. Ain't nobody else's problem, thank goodness.
Well, you sound great anyway.
Oh, I try to stay positive. Otherwise, ain't no sense of whining and crying and bitching and complaining. That don't solve nothing.
That is true. I have to agree.
You sound like you're in a good mood today, Mike.
Hey, you know, life is life, right? You just have to. I mean, you know, what can you do?
Take it.
Take the good with the bad. Go to church today.
Yeah.
What are you
Oh,
Catholic?
wait, sorry. You asked me a question? I missed it.
Yeah. I said, did you go to church today?
No, I haven't been to church, I think, for like the last 17 years.
Oh, okay.
My grandmother, I kind of
For
miss.
some reason, you strike me as coming from the Catholic. Is that what I'm right or wrong?
Yeah, my
Fixing to tell him
family.
to go say 3 Hail Marys for missing our sermon today.
Yeah. Yeah. Come from Catholic background, yeah. And Christian as well.
Ooh.
Yeah. When was the last time you were in church, Chuck?
Last time I was, let me think. Oh, crap.
When it was created?
Today.
I've been to Catholic church once, and that was for a funeral, and I swore I'd never go back again because I about broke my knees.
Oh,
with the Catholic funeral. Oh my God, the up and down, you know, for all the prayer stuff. I've never seen nothing like that. That's my first and only experience with the Catholic faith. Last time I went to church would have been 1942.
Oh man.
Damn.
It's been a few years.
Or one was still in effect. I'm sorry, World War II, I meant to say. Sorry.
Yeah, World War II.
Yeah, that's what I meant to. I'm sorry. Yeah. Wow. Don't they have like one of those cushion shit, like you could actually for your knees? I thought that they did.
Yeah, but you know, they had the fold down knee thing, but the padding on it, it was just the act of going up and down.
Oh.
With
Yeah,
my back.
Pause.
Oh, now, Miss Tootie. Not that kind of up and down.
Oh, yeah, that's
Oh, I give up. On my knees, up and down. Yeah, I can see it. I see it now.
Yeah, you dirty little bitch.
You eavesdropping little slut. Oh.
Atta girl. Yo, D3.
What's it say? I can't see.
She said atta girl.
Oh,
shit.
speaking of trouble, he just showed up.
Oh Lord, yeah, trouble's here.
Titty. Instead of Tootie, it's Titty. Miss Titty. Let's start calling her Miss Titty.
All right, church is
Not
over.
Miss Kitty. That's a different story.
Church has been over for an hour, so if you feel inclined, we'll pass the off. No, just playing. We ain't gonna do that.
I thought he was gonna ask for like confessions and stuff. What do you do?
I
Like,
did.
I
I
ain't
did
no
go
priest
to.
now.
I did go to one church before they passed a plate around. They said if you got it, put it in. If you need it, take it out.
It's kind of based, actually.
Yeah.
I thought, wow. Well, let me open my pockets up then. Pour that shit in there. I went to one Pentecostal church, and it was only because the girl I was trying to get into her pants went
Well,
there.
apparently she wanted your snake, so
I went to one as
No,
well.
they didn't have snakes,
oh she
but
she wasn't part of the snake tamers.
but they laid hands upon me, and I don't know what happened after that.
You were touched with the word of the Lord,
Wait a minute.
I
the
was
Holy
I
Ghost-
was picking myself up off the ground is the only thing I remember.
See, her dad was actually a telepath and was one of the ones that laid hands on you. He just in the back of the head when nobody was looking.
I think so.
Yeah. I remember going to one and the pastor threw the Bible. He's like, I need $1,000, and everybody's jumping up. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? He's like screaming that he needs $1,000. I'm like,
Yeah,
oh.
see, I've seen evangelical churches do that say they're Pentecostal, but it's like the mega churches, and they preach the prosperity doctrine. But
What's
like,
that one that's in downtown Atlanta off 85? Or
I'm
85?
from Georgia. Don't mean I know every church.
Well,
Tootie.
no, it's a big, huge one. When you're driving, when you get through downtown going north, right? And I believe it's 85. And you can see it on the right. It is freaking huge. And
Coming
you
out of
see
it,
the big old
out of
cross
Atlanta.
on the front of it.
Are you talking about the one coming out of Atlanta?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who owns that, but I know what you're talking about. It's got that huge ass
the TD
cross.
Jakes one? I think that's the TD Jakes church.
I don't know.
But that some bitch is
I don't
ginormous.
like mega churches or for-profit churches, as I call them, no matter how big
Yeah.
they are.
That's what it is. It's like a business. Yeah.
It may not have
what did
started
Jesus
off
do?
that way, but it turns into one.
Yeah, what did Jesus do whenever he saw people trying to profit off the Lord?
He walked up in that motherfucker. He walked up in it, smirked, got angry, turned around, went and braided a whip, and was like, "Be gone, you vile vipers!" Got a bitch smacking people with a whip.
Yeah.
Right, and not only did he start smacking them with a whip,
whoop that trick.
He literally spent like 4 hours braiding that some bitch too.
Yep.
I've seen my pappy do that.
Braid a whip.
He taught me how to braid whips. But I've seen him actually sit there. Somebody was talking shit. We were all sitting around a bonfire, and he was just over there.
Motherfucker square in the jawline, didn't he? Right on the cheekbone.
He got up and he just whooped. I said, "Yep, don't talk shit."
Oxtail and flipping tables.
And all my grandpappy did was try to shoot the pastor.
How dare you tell me to be a better Christian?
That's exactly what it was. How dare you point out my sins that I have committed? And he pointed straight at him, and Grandpappy pulled out that 32 or 38, whatever it was.
And the preacher was like, "Bring it, motherfucker."
He missed with all 6 shots.
Oh my god.
There's a clip. There's a clip of Snoop Dogg as a pastor, and like this thug comes in. I guess I think he's trying to rob the congregation.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, brother, you just need to turn around and leave.
He
And he
plays the
pulls it.
pastor in
He has
BMF.
a gun too, right? Like
And he pulls a gun on the congregation, and
yeah.
Snoop Dogg pulls a 45, and he's like, "Look here, young fella, I send you to the Lord." All
I
right.
seen that.
Have you watched OG? Have you watched BMF? It's
I don't
on
even know what the fuck that
Star?
means, Tootie.
Big motherfucker.
No, the Black Mafia family.
No.
No.
That is where that clip of Snoop being a preacher comes from.
I thought
As he
Snoop.
plays the family's, preacher, their pastor in the show about about the whole business of it all. Yeah, 50 Cent is the producer of it.
Oh.
So yeah. It's I watched the first season and then I heard that it's not they didn't do a great job with it. So I don't like to watch lies. So
He plays
I just think that's
Pastor
funny.
Swift.
I just think that's funny where he just be like, "All right, motherfucker, it's time for you to leave."
That shit was funny. Yeah, I agree. The party's like, okay, like motherfucker, like just because I'm a pastor doesn't mean I don't
mean
fuck
I
around.
won't motherfucking kill you.
I'm gonna fucking shoot the shit out of you. I'm
You messing with my flock. I am a shepherd. What does a shepherd do to foxes?
yeah.
This motherfucker hot. It'll go right through you.
And that shit looks like a 1911, actually, right? Like
It is a 1911, just like the one that I bought.
Yeah.
Except for mine's matte black with a threaded barrel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't like that it's got a threaded barrel, but I thought about when I start making Second Amendment content, eventually doing the history of the 1911 and then doing the history of suppressors and just getting one for the 1911.
Oh,
depending on the cost and stuff, because I want to start making better content for the channel and the people who, who support and like, instead of just doing these streams all day, every day.
Yeah. It looks like you've been consistent though, Orthodox. It's actually great.
I try to be, and I try to increase the quality of the stream as well to deserve the support that I have. Because like that's the thing, I have a complex where I don't feel like I deserve the support. Kind of like Job, I'd be like, man, I don't deserve this shit, except for in the opposite direction. So like I try to work harder to constantly improve it.
You guys ever hear about the machine gun preacher?
Talking about the guy in Africa?
Yeah. My neighbor's son had joined that guy without realizing what he was getting into until he got there. He said, "Here's a gun, and this is what we're doing."
Spreading the word of the Lord and John browsing Moses.
Yep. They went back and was rescuing the kidnapped children. But he didn't stay over there but about 3 months, and he said, "I've had enough of this shit." He came back home. The kid I'm talking about. He said, "That's no fun. During the day, they doing the Lord's work, and at night, they was doing the Lord's work, just in a different way."
Doing the Lord's work with a fully automatic and a suppressor.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, man. I respect the fuck out of that millstones, There's a lot less millstones than there should be. Millstones Millstones should have never went out of business just because we don't use them no more for making bread. They got other purposes.
Have you heard any more information on the Mr. Kirk thing?
My guy.
Yeah, but it's just better to buy one with a threaded barrel. I'll keep the thread protector on it. It works just as good. Oh, let me just drop that one back down real quick. La 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 la. No comprende inglés. Hablo español, por favor.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
I am but a humble auto mechanic, sir.
I wish
of,
my
ladies and gentlemen,
my car had a frame on it. This thing, it's got whoever invented this ought to be shot. Piece of shit. Go ahead, my friend. Lay it on it.
yes, fake Dusty, the fake Dusty.
Destiny.
Destiny. That's crazy.
Oh, you even got the missus over here too. You got the missus plate Dusty.
Yeah.
You're batting 1,000, OG.
Good people. Good channel. Good people.
Good times, most times.
She's looking
She's looking for me.
He's like, get
Good
your ass
food,
here,
good
motherfucker.
meat, good God, let's eat.
She's stalking him. Oh Lord, she's
trying to hide.
stalking
Like,
him.
bring that sweet ass back here, big boy.
There's a pouring down rain here.
You lucky bastard. It's hot as fuck, and then I gotta go check
We
out a
ain't had
car
no
in a few
rain
minutes.
in 2 weeks.
Well, hopefully it's an easy fix. That you don't have, that you don't have to drop that tranny. I hate dropping tranny.
I mean, I don't mind it so much when they talking shit about Oh, you mean in the car?
Jesus Christ.
But no, yeah,
You gonna give
transmission work
Mike?
is an asshole and a half.
You gonna give Mike an inferiority complex? Be careful.
But now, like, transmission work is an asshole and a half, and I've had to do it before in my Jeep, and I like to do a little off-roading in my Jeep because that's what it's for, you know? It's a 4x4, and it's kind of jacked up on off-road tires.
Yeah.
And apparently your boy, who likes to jump things, hit something quite hefty and knocked a hole in the transmission. Luckily, I
Where,
found the chunk that came off.
where was the
And
skid plate?
we don't do that around here, Chuck. That's just
Oh,
expensive for no
good
reason.
Lord.
Look, bro, I can literally just go find that piece of pot metal, stick it on there with JB weld, and then be like, and just fucking weld it back in place because I am that fucking good at welding. I just can't fucking see afterwards. I come out, the welds are perfect, and I come out, I'm like, God, are you talking to me? You're like, who said that? I have
That's a
lost my
fact.
vision. Especially
That's
when the auto dart runs out of batteries and you trust your equipment and you realize you're too retarded to change the batteries out.
Ooh.
And then you're like, I can't
Blinded
see.
by the light.
Yeah, no, that shit sucks.
Yeah, I hate that arc flash when you're not ready
D3,
for it.
check Discord. Check Discord, D3.
Ooh.
Go ahead, Chuck.
I said, yeah, I hate it when you get that arc flash when you're not ready for it.
Man, I had my teacher when I was in Job Corps for welding was like, all right, young men, this is how you weld. Looking straight at us, look at the weld, spark that bitch, and look straight back at us, and was just holding his hand in place. And I'm like, how did you do that? How did you not go blind? Like, he's like, I haven't had vision since '87, boy. This is like crazy.
Yeah, that's a good way to lose vision.
This man had like 4 broken fingers, but they were all alternating. So like they were notched up and they were like fucking ends. And he would hold his hand out and they'd be notched up, like they wouldn't be straight. And I'm just sitting here like, hey, big dog, what happened to your fingers? And he was like, well, back in the mines. I'm like, I don't even like where this story is going. We can stop. This feels like it's gonna be depressing as fuck.
This sounds like a mafia story to me.
Well, he told us about the mines in Kentucky, about doing union shit in the mines with a 30-06 versus a diesel engine. he said them company boys, the trucks just kept coming no matter how many engine blocks we busted out with a 30-06.
Oh, sabotage.
So, Job Corps, isn't that like college with a tryst of prison-like qualities? That is exactly Job Corps. that is Job Corps to a T. Except for more like trade school.
I think that was what, Harlan County in Kentucky, where they had that big issue between the workers and the company, or was it between the union and the workers? I forget which. It led to gunfight.
There's been so many in coal country. There's been so many fucking minor strikes and minor fights with the corporations that like people don't even know about. Like the miners fought a guerrilla war against the National Guard. I believe it was in West Virginia. I think in the 40s or 50s. It was like right after World War II.
What was it? Like the story of the Battle of Athens in Tennessee. Them boys came back from World War II and had to fight a war here.
No, that's where the similarities end. The National Guard actually fucking bombed them with bombers in the coal country. Yes. The Air National Guard, or what would become the Air National Guard for that state, literally bombed them with bombers. Like it was a full-on rebellion in coal country.
I didn't know that.
I'll look it up. We could do a show on it. Actually, we'll do a show on it Monday. I'll see if I can find out where it's at.
I'll ask my dad and my mom if they know anything about our great grandfather, my great grandfather, my papaw, being involved with all of that, because he was a miner back then too.
Oh, I'm sure he would know then.
Yeah, he was in deep hills of Kentucky, and so that's actually what he died of, was the black lung cancer. So
I don't think it's the Whiskey Rebellion. That'd be Shay's Rebellion. That'd be way too that would have been like 1700s. I'm talking about like right after World War I or World War II. Let me see if I can find it. We'll talk a little bit about it.
Well, even Carnegie owned everything, but when him and the union got into it, that's where Pinkerton came from. Got such a bad name. The private security for it. Because they would shoot to kill.
Well, not because it's called the Coal Wars, and it was a series of armed labor conflicts from the 1890s to the 1930.
Wow.
And there was like one time, it was the Battle of Blair Mountain. And like in Blair Mountain, the National Guard actually took bombers and bombed some of the miners.
Holy shit.
It's crazy, man.
I mean, was it a rebellion against the state, or was it just a rebellion against
it become a rebellion of the state? Because I don't like communism, right? But when corporations and big business get in league with the government and are allowed to deploy the National Guard, then I become very, very sympathetic to certain labor movements. And I start talking like this for some reason. It's kind of crazy. Because if you're literally like, okay, I want to be able to pay my taxes and afford a family, and your government's like, hey, that's some weird talk for a communist. Like that kind of pisses me off.
Chuck probably knows what I mean when I say 4 dead in Ohio.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Yep.
I'd have shot them bastards too. Them
But
damn
we all know
tree
who wrote
hugging
the song,
hippies.
so we
Okay,
know what the
so
hell he was.
so this is the synopsis, right? The Battle of Blair Mountain in 1921. So this would have been before World War II. The largest labor uprising in American history involved the use of aerial bombardment against striking coal miners in West Virginia. During the conflict, Logan County Sheriff Don Chaffin, whose forces were aligned with the coal companies, directed the use of biplanes to drop bombs on the encamped miners. Those bombs included 2 filled with gunpowder, nuts and bolts, as well as 2 nausea-inducing gas bombs.
Oh, that wasn't the National Guard, dude.
The National Guard was called in. And it would have had to have been the National Guard because the sheriff's office don't have biplanes back then. The police wasn't
Sure they
militarized.
did. Crop dusters.
Yep, that's what they use. Local farmers.
Yes.
The local farmers
they would say, "Do this." Yeah. Usually, back then, farmers, of course, usually law-abiding, American citizens are going to help the cops out, not knowing everything was going on.
No, it literally says here, like, federal troops were involved.
Yeah, but only after the bombing, right?
No.
I'll have to look into this story.
Because in many of the labor movements and the farmers would have been on the side of the fucking, they'd have been like, look here, my brother Jimothy works in them mines, boy.
Well, the farmers ain't the one that own the airplanes, though. It was usually individuals that did crop dusting. They just went from farm
You
to
know what,
farm
Chuck, I'm
offering
gonna
their
crop
service.
dust. Say crop dusted it one more time. I'm gonna crop dust your ass.
Woo! I got a crop you can dust.
Guys, I am nodding real hard. I'm gonna get off and go back to bed.
All right.
Yes, it said Logan
Bye,
County.
Beth.
Good night, Beth.
Love you
All right,
guys.
good day, Beth.
Go get some rest, Mama.
Love you
Rest
too, Doc.
Get
I'm
some
good.
rest.
Kid took off to go
Get
fishing
well.
with his friends, so the house is nice and quiet. I'll see you later, guys.
All right.
Bye.
My bad.
Good day.
Well, if y'all like what we do around here, think about sending us a donation. Keep us going, support us. You don't have to today, you don't have to tomorrow, but please like and share the stream. You do have to do that. All right, that's not a request. All right, like and share the goddamn stream.
Man, doesn't cost a dime.
But I do have to go. So please don't donate today because that means I'm obligated to extend it, and I got to go check out my vehicle. It has been a really
Did you
good
get a vehicle?
stream.
Did you get a truck?
I did not get a truck. It was cheaper for me to get a car, and with my mom's situation, getting in and out of a car is much easier than getting in and out of a full-size pickup truck.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad
Because
you
she does not have a leg to stand on.
Oh, you're cold. You're cold.
Oh no! I love my mama, but me and her go after, and I'll be like, "All right, Legolas, calm down."
I'd say the same type of shit to my mom. She's
Yeah, but
woman.
see, my mom loves me, but it's like an ornery old Christian lady, and will pick up an ashtray and be like, "Bitch," yeah, and I'm like, "Swerve."
I can't remember the last time I called my mom to her face. I always call her woman.
Oh, I call my mom Hag, look, but I'm only playing. Like, I genuinely do love my mom to death. I'll be like, "Silence, Hag."
But you was right. That was the president that sent those warplanes in there.
Yes.
Damn.
You're a good son, Orthodox.
Okay,
I
OG,
try
are
to
we
be-
going to do this at 2:00 next week?
Yes, we'll do it at 2:00 because that'll be 1:00 your time, 2:00
Yes,
Eastern.
2-ish, so I have enough time to get out of church and come home.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I went retarded for a minute. For some reason, I thought we were in the same time zone.
No. But I
Oh,
enjoyed
yeah,
it, and I'm learning, and I'm reading it, and having discussions about it. I'm excited to see because this is the longest book in the Bible. And this is a debate that so many people have on YouTube. The same things that people were saying then about, oh, if you were so good, how come you're this and that? And look at me, I'm obviously blessed because look at all I have. So it confirms for me
You're
that
welcome, brother.
that we're human. We've always been human. We've always had these same trials, tribulations. And the God that's in the Bible, that is of Job, is the same one today. He has not changed.
Yeah, what is there, about 45 chapters, I think? Something like that.
That's why I'm trying to get us to read like 8 a day, so we're not like spending 8 months on Job.
8 months later, and we're still carrying Job.
But that's okay if it takes that, is because any Bible study I've ever done, they completely go over the debate. And I've actually written out half of Job. And so I got up to book 22. So I wanted to finish it because especially having all of these debates online about religion, perhaps there's something in there that can better equip me for these type conversations.
Well,
that's also why I say what I say about this isn't a debate. This is for the Christians in my community to get together and glorify God. Like, this is us studying the Bible and talking to one another. If you want to have a peaceful discussion about it in the context of being faithful, by all means pop up. If not, please come back another day.
I
And
can
like
hook
most
you up.
people respect that.
I can hook you up, Cynthia, with a man who thinks he walked through the story of Job in real life.
What's up, El Perro?
Who's that? I swear you look like an 80s sitcom actor.
Chat.
Oh, y'all look
like
as
Bill
much as y'all
Caldwell
talk
in that
about
picture,
Jack,
though.
you're looking good today. As much as y'all talk
Bobby
about
Caldwell.
Jack, when Jack was down here, we went to a restaurant. He ate real food in front of me. We sat down, we laughed and had a fun
That
time.
wasn't Jack.
together.
That was a crisis actor. Don't lie to me.
No, like the Jack y'all see isn't the Jack I saw.
Well,
Well,
there's many faces,
a
many
paid
different faces.
when Laundry picked him up, he said he turned into a timid dormouse.
But it's laying like that little fucking autistic weasel can kick rocks. Like he is the host. He is the host. That is like
Laundry,
Jack
I call him.
It's his car, his house. Like, I'm not, as much as I'll be like, I'll smack the fuck out of you. I'm not gonna do that in your car or your house. I'm gonna show you respect and kindness. The fuck?
Yeah, like there's just that southern hospitality, and also let's just remember, people pick up what we're putting down, and then that's not always verbally. That's our body language. People can feel if you're don't want them around, or if you're feeling some type of way or whatever. And
All
so,
right, ladies and gents, I got to get to it. Y'all have a good day.
All right,
It was
well,
a
end us.
great stream.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for hopping up.
Bye, guys.
Peace.
Be blessed. Hey, Wizard.
Thank you, Pearl. Thank you for hopping up.
Wait,
Sorry,
Wizard.
you didn't have time to talk.
Wait, Wiz.
All right, love y'all. Y'all have a good.